And I believe we are live. Good evening, everyone. Hello and
Hey.
welcome to the grand finals for the Imperium Cup. Black Shadow here alongside Mr. CJFM. Good afternoon over there, it is actually.
Yeah, it's about midday and just a nice cloudy day in Seattle, so not too bad, about average
Yeah.
actually.
It's a pretty late one for us kids over here in Europe. It is touching best part of midnight over here, but it is what it is. The sacrifices we make for folks. But regardless, yes,
Agreed.
we're here for the Imperium Cup finals. The game will be starting at the top of the hour. We've got a little bit of time, however, before we get started here. Obviously, to chat about all sorts of bits and pieces for ourselves and the tournament and everything going on. So yeah, I'm definitely sort of looking forward to this game. If the runner-up game was anything to play, that was a pretty fun little match actually. Thanks to everyone who checked along for that as well. But yeah, we have got the finals. We are going to have ourselves a brand new Imperium Cup champion, as the defending champion Drazo was knocked out in, I think it was the second round of knockout qualifying. Although, like, I mean, to try and do like back-to-back wins on this sort of an event like this is like it's basically impossible.
It's impossible, but we might have a second time tournament winner here in Elessar if he manages to squeak by this game,
Oh,
which is
Joe,
kind of
he
interesting.
won the was it the original one or was it no? He won.
Yeah, the Artificery tournament. Yep.
Gosh, funnily enough, I noticed he actually made a comment on the finals of the on the artificial. He noted about how the mod has come so far since the days of the artificial, and it has. Like back in the artificial, I think we were still like manually like moving our faction
Yeah.
tokens. There wasn't any
Yeah.
scripting anywhere. It was like the dark ages and how things have developed. For folks obviously on the stream as well, enjoy the last selection of various memes that we've had for the tournament so far. Thanks to a crazy guy for the vast majority of these that have come across. There's been some really funny ones, and it's really cool to see. And I'll try and show some more of those on the various streams that we do. Of course, this will probably be posthumously known as the Grand Vision Memorial Tournament for very obvious reasons. I still can't. I was disappointed we didn't see it in the runner-up finals.
Hey, one more game. You never know.
One more game. If it is round 7 Grand Vision, like it will be the only way we could possibly end this competition. It would be absolutely perfect. Um, we're going over the various players that are in the finals and their progress to this tournament final in a few minutes or so. I've done all the work for that as well. Um, I suppose we should probably start off with mention. We talked about this a little bit on the runner-up playoffs. The fact that this quite possibly, at least for a little while, is gonna be kind of it for XMO as far as main channel coverage is gonna be concerned. We've obviously been covering Dune Imperium with Rise of X initially, and then later on to Immortality for like the better part of like 18 months, almost 2 years,
Yeah.
something like that. It feels like that. It's been quite a distance, and obviously again we've seen a lot of changes with the mod, with gameplay. We've seen metas shift. Obviously, we back in the Rise of X when it was like Baron position 2, just rush shipping and kind of win games, stuff like that. Been super
Yep.
fascinating. Obviously, then Immortality came out, the rise of Count Ilban and its ilk as well. I think it's been super fascinating. And I think it's been interesting as well looking at a lot of the games over the course of this tournament, how it's kind of, it feels like it's kind of meshed into one now. And we've reached this state where I wouldn't say the game is solved by any stretch of imagination, but I just think it's fascinating seeing how things have transferred. Like thoughts of like Gola, for example, when it initially came out and kind of tempered off. I'm not going to get into Talaxu Master Poll, but I will note that we still have that thread on the TTS Club Discord, and it will be kept there for probably time
Forever.
immemorial.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Yeah.
could ever justify getting rid of that. I mean, I think within the first 24 hours, I believe it was, of setting up that thread, there was about 1,000 messages. It was like completely insane. But that was the discussion that was made at the time.
You
Really,
know, we all
really
have very
fascinating
strong
stuff.
opinions about Telellaxin Master. Everyone
Definitely.
does.
And, maybe as time goes, I guess time heals all wounds, you could argue, but I mean, let's just be honest, kids.
Pardon me.
It's too good. You get it in the first round, you're probably gonna win the game. But alas. Good evening, everyone coming in. Oh, important business. I'll do him a favor. I'll just get rid of that for a second. So yeah, I think if this, I'm not saying this isn't the case of this is it for the competition. It's kind of it's kind of a farewell for the time being, and it's not impossible that we will do more XMO But obviously, Uprising is going to be the imminent future of the majority of our content upcoming, which probably is a good segue into our Unclub King tournament, isn't it? As he very heavily crowbars that into this broadcast, because of course we have to. We do, of course, have the Stoneburner Open, our first Uprising competition, which is getting underway. Registrations are currently open. They'll be closing at the end of next weekend, with the draw for that to be done on March the 5th. We've got about 50 entries so far, which is not bad going. And for any tier on the Patreon, you can get access to that competition as well as any others that we host as well on the channel. We've had a couple of folks that have come in as well that have offered a bit of sponsorship as well, adding to the prize pool as well, which is really, really cool, and I really hugely appreciate that. So if you are interested, please do check it out. There's links to that in the description. Probably, hopefully, maybe if CJ is not too busy, he might be able to throw one into the chat. He says kind of quietly on the side.
A lot of people from the Patreon have not registered yet. So a lot of the Lands Red tiers, they haven't messaged me. I think I've had like 4 maybe. Yeah. So we have a lot of people who probably will register, just not just
yeah. There's a lot of folks that are eligible, just haven't quite got back to us yet, and so we're trying to chase them up, kids. But the target is like if I get even like 100 folks in for the competition, I think it's a good start. Again, we're trying out a couple of different pieces for it with how we organise the games. There's a bit of change to the score structures, that sort of thing as well. But all things considered, and hopefully it will all go pretty decently. So, time will tell, and it should be a fun competition. I've also got to get used to covering Uprising games. It's going to be really, really weird. I've yet to cover an Uprising game. I might want to do a look back at the game that was played on Friday on the stream, the second game. I was playing as Gurney. I thought it was a really fascinating game. And I'm just going to get used to doing commentary on Uprising. It's going to be weird the first couple for sure. Yeah, definitely. There's some really good ones. And the thing is, like, most of these memes are like they're kind of true as well. They're really kind of true. Who is gonna win? That's a good point. What leader might win this? That's a good shout. I mean, I think Baron won the previous Imperium Cup, if memory serves me correctly. I think you might be right there. I'm not.
We have 2 beasts. We had 2 beasts win, right?
Was it Beast both times?
Well, Beast Elessar won with Beast in the very first tournament.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, that was the Ix.
That was the first one. That was the
first cup.
That was the first cup. I can't recall.
I can look.
Man, yeah. I haven't gotten that information, unfortunately. We'll be on you in a second there. Yeah, Helena. I tell you what, Helena has been a revelation in this competition. I think it's partially due to the fact that it's really fascinating because in all the rank stuff and the very static clip of that, Helena has really not performed well in XMO at all. And yet she's had a lot of noted success in this competition in these knockouts, which has really surprised me. She's a bit of a hot streak there, and it surprised me. It's difficult for me. I'm not a big Helena fan. I don't particularly enjoy using it. It just doesn't suit my general play style. But yeah, I can't ignore the fact that she's done all right actually. This competition is really fascinating. Drazo did run me. Yeah, I thought Drazo won with Baron. I had a feeling he did.
He did.
But Beast. So what we need to lose Tesia, Ilban, Beast, Baron, and just have a really fun game where Ariana wins it, and we just say to hell with the XMO meta. It's clearly it doesn't matter at this point. But I think it'll be interesting to see as well how things delve out as well. We've had a couple of leaders that are playing today that have played a lot of different leaders, and there are some that are a bit more focused around as well. Have kind of played mainly. So it's a bit like with the runner-up playoffs. A couple of folks have played very instinctively, just 2 or 3 leaders throughout the competition. Some have had to shift and chip and change their strategies as they go. So, you respond to the surroundings around you, if you will. As for who I think is going to win this, I'll talk about obviously when we get into the leaders in a moment or so. I think there is one who I'd say is like a narrow favorite of winning this match, but obviously if you're going to get to the end of a field like 200 players, everyone here can play. I think it'd be interesting to see how some of the byplay goes. If someone forges ahead, would be interesting. A reminder that unlike the run-up playoffs, where it was winner takes all, in this there is staggered payments. Everyone here has already made the money in this finals game. But top prize of $350 for their troubles, as well as a copy of the Beast Spoils promo card. This is the card that was released exclusively for the North Carolina Invitational for Uprising, and the winner of this competition will be sent a copy of that card. Really, really awesome prize to be getting across to them. So we'll have to get some shipping details for someone here, but we can probably make that work. But
although I've heard if Elessar wins, Lannister's not giving it to him.
Oh yeah, I was going to say who was offering it. Yeah, that is who offering it. I think Elessar may already have one, but we'll work it out. We'll make it work. Right. Unless there's anything else you want to bring up quickly.
I'm just sort of getting some stuff settled on my end and adding some description stuff. So give me a minute.
All right. In that case, then I think it's time for us to have a little bit of a look at our players for today. Then I imagine. Let me just get my information up here as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think it's interesting as well to see how things are going to go. Like, Iximo, I've been asked this question a bit as far as the community is concerned. Like, is, like, after this competition and after rank moves over, is it just the death of Iximo? I don't think it will be. I think a lot of people have gotten very attached to Iximo, and it's still a very, very fun game. Obviously, it will make a somewhat of a shift towards Uprising, but, nonetheless, we'll see. I think we can overall say we've had a lot of good memories of Iximo in competitions. I dare say, out of the Ix and Iximo competitions we've done, this might be the best of the lot. And that's not just because there were so many Grand Visions. Like, I legitimately mean it. Like, it's been a pretty entertaining competition. We've had a lot of really good games as well. So we'll see how things progress, but hopefully at some point we'll be back.
Yeah. I am very excited to see what happens with the Stoneburner. I know there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of interesting strategies going around with Uprising right now that have been experimented with. I don't want to mention a lot right now because I'll keep those on the DL for the people who are working on them. But basically, like, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen. Like, are we going to see like a lot of wall breaks? Are we going to see a lot of like combat? Are we going to see some like sheep play, as Cheeseable likes to call it? Like, are we going to see a lot of like solo? There's a lot of interesting ways to go about playing Uprising, or will like a kind of level-headed, see what happens kind of approach go. So, yeah,
that's where we're at. We're a very early stage of it. I think it'll be interesting to like have this tournament and then say like a year down the line, like kind of going back and watching some of these games and seeing what people were doing to begin with. Like, there's already some, there's some obvious stuff that kind of obviously is going to help, but we're at a very early stage of trying to work out how the games are going to play out to themselves. I think it'll be definitely fascinating for sure. And yeah, just covering some Uprising games it's going to be weird for me at first. Like, I've not done it before. Like, at Iximo, I've done enough. I've covered, like, just specifically Ix and Iximo, like, I think, like, 150 matches at least, if not more. Like, a really huge amount of games. So, Uprising, we've not got there yet. So, it'll be definitely interesting to sit back and watch some of the cards for there and trying to see if what I think will happen will line up as well. I'll be part of it. Anyways, let's get ourselves into our various players for today. We have Toaster, Yiazmat, Elessar, as noted, as well as Mattia. We're going to start off with Toaster, who came top of Group D and who had a really, really strong showing overall, winning 3 games out of 4, and the one game that they didn't win, I'm not shaving my head, no, not today. And the one game they didn't win still came second as well. Came really, really strong performance there, winning 5 out of 6 games is huge. One thing I will note definitely for for Toaster, he's played a lot of very kind of aggressive sort of leaders, but he has varied a bit as well. Leto, Hundro, Baron Harkonnen, Armand, so he's kind of chopped and changed a bit, but again, really, really solid player. I haven't had a chance to play Toaster a whole ton, but from my memory of what couple times I have played him, just incredibly solid, like, just doesn't really seem to cave to any sort of pressure. Got pushed all the way in quarterfinal L, played really well, and then obviously semifinal A was a pretty chaotic affair. That was the one with Sneaker Dead, and it was a really, really fun match as well. Whoops. As he messes his sources up everywhere. That's not a good sign. Have you played much with Toaster? Mr. CJ?
I have not. Sorry. I was on mute. No, I haven't played with Toaster, actually. I know he's in the Salty Discord. I don't know. I think his time zone is way different than mine, so he's always up when I'm sleeping. But I know he plays a lot.
I know Ozzy will be a sentimental supporter for Toaster. They were, of course, in
Absolutely.
the same group as well. Ozzy did play in the playoffs last weekend, which was definitely a fun old match. Now, next up is I think it's gonna be really fascinating, and if I had a sentimental favorite to go through, it might be this player here, and that is going to be Yiazmat, also known as Helm, who is I'm pretty sure was the sole entry for this competition from Japan. He came through a longer route to this final than anyone else in the entire final stage. He finished third ultimately in the crazy group as you can see here. Like 4 points separating between first and ninth, like an absolutely insane group. Everyone traded points, everyone traded wins. Yiazmat maybe a little bit unlucky to make his way through automatic qualification, so he had to go through the additional round of qualification in the second round, and even then only just about scraped through. Lost to Is Now Good, but had a best score to get his way through to the quarterfinals. But from there though, been really, really solid for him, playing the quarterfinal J, playing really solidly with B Shaban, and then semi-final B, narrowly edging out Blackstone to make his way through to the grand finals by, what was it, like a couple of spice or something, I believe it was?
Yeah. And by the way, Yasmin's a very dedicated viewer. I always see him on stream when I'm doing streams. He's always commenting on stuff. So he's he's always hanging around. So cheers, thanks for that.
Yeah, I think it'd be really awesome
and...
as well. To I think all of our competition winners have either been like Europe or America. I'm pretty sure at this time. So, or North America, to say. So it'd be really awesome to have a win outside of that. And maybe, if Yiazmat can go in this competition, it'd be really, it's definitely a sort of an area that we're starting to get more players from. We've had a few entrants that came through from like India, Australasia as well. We've definitely got a few entrants. So like if Yiazmat can come through, I think, and actually win this, not saying I'm trying to suggest anything here particularly, but I'd be definitely up for him if he could win it. I think it'd be a real sentimental favourite as well. Like he's played really solidly. I've played a couple of games against him from time to time. Usually a lot of fun to play against. So
I play with him too.
So I think if anything, I think he'd be a very popular winner if I had to say anything there. Right, next up, his name's come a couple of times here. And that is going to be Mr. Elessar. The pair of us have had the pleasure of meeting over in North Carolina a couple of times. Finished only second place in Group A, losing out just about to Commander Toast, who faced elimination earlier in the competition, sadly. Elessar, won a couple of games, been second place. He's been really, really solid throughout, though, which is something that we come to expect. Elessar is a really, really solid player. I think he's a very good craftsman. And it's very good generally, I think, at reacting to kind of the situation around. I think that's one of his real good strengths, kind of reading the room. I think he's very, very good at in games. And you can kind of tell like he's got a huge background, that sort of thing. Definitely really heavily shows. My understanding is that he's actually meant to be some point this evening. I believe he's doing a watch party for the first Dune movie. So I'm no pressure that you might want to walk into that being the new Imperium Cup Champion. Be a nice little feather in the cap, wouldn't it?
That would be pretty amazing. Yeah, no, Elessar is a really great competitor. Obviously met him twice now, and he is just a great gamer. That's the thing, is like, I know Elessar is just a really competitive gamer, and as you mentioned, reactive. He's really good at reading a board state. And he was one of the people in the group when I was taught how to play the 6-player mode. So he was actually in that game with us, and we had a really good time playing on opposite teams in that game, but it was so he's a good guy.
Yeah, I do feel it's been funny as well. Speaking of North Carolina, very quickly, I do make this engine, but like the two craziest and best games I've played, it just so happens that he's been a part of like some of those, which is really funny. And again, he's just nice. Really fun and really good time. So I think Elessar is going to be real tough nut to crack here. I think, like, in some circles, he might be coming into this game possibly his favorite, but I think, if I was going to be honest, I think the favorite is probably our last person to cover here, and that is going to be Mattia here, Armak Mattia, who absolutely crushed Group K, and probably has the right to suggest that he's probably one of the best Ixamo players going about, and I don't think that's hyperbole. He has a absolutely stellar record amongst it all. And yeah, just absolutely played very well. Anyways, Group K, crushed it. 3 wins out of 4. Did have one loose result in the week 5 of the competition where he played as the Earl. It was a bizarre game as well. It was won by Michael Wild, who won it with Ariana. It was a bizarre match that I seem to
I
recall.
remember that one. Yeah, that was a weird game. Yeah.
Really, really strange game. But Matt Yar has been really, really solid throughout the competition. Things that I'll make a note of as well. As you can see, he did get a quarterfinal win with the Earl as well. So go Team Memnon. And then outside that, unfortunately, Matya was the one semi-final that we didn't have any publishable footage of. Unfortunately, the data just vanished into the ether after I recorded, which is really, really frustrating. I think Matya probably was... I don't want to say he was fortunate. I don't think that's the right question. He took a huge gamble in like sort of round 6 and kind of basically bet the game was going to go over 8 rounds and played for 8 rounds. It did. He drew out about as physically well as he physically could have done and came from almost out of nowhere to win the semi-finals. Everyone else just battled each other for points. So I suppose, you know, part of that is obviously like having played a ton of games and kind of getting an idea for what you think may or may not happen. But I think Matthew's got to come into this probably as the favourite to win this entire competition. I don't know necessarily if you folks agree with that or not, but so I know like Matthew has always been there about, I know in the Cheesables rank system and all that sort of stuff, like he's always been up like top 10, top 5, whatever else it is. It's been a while since I've looked, admittedly, but I know he's definitely been up there above in previous seasons as well. So that is going to be our 4 players for the game today. Right now that there is money on the line for everyone here. Everyone's already in the money, but again, top prize. $350 for playing a game of doing Imperium's not too bad going, and a copy of the ultra rare Beast Spores promo card for Uprising. Should be a fun one.
The game is open. You're ready to join it. I got everyone in here already.
If it's there, then I suppose I'll probably swing myself in. Let me see if I now just no. Doing it live, kids. I assume you've thrown the. Whoops, sorry about that. Hold on a sec, everyone. That's the one. Okay, where are you, sir? There you are. So, reminder, this game is going to be cards down. As we're obviously doing this brand new and live as we go here, so obviously to protect players' hands. Hopefully, we'll manage to get a version of the game that is cards up to show you guys after the fact. But fingers crossed on that.
Yeah, no, we will. I have the other one for the runner-up.
Cool.
So it should be going up soon.
Super, yep. Cool then. All right then. So everyone's getting themselves ready to get into here. Reminder that it is 4-3-1-2 pick order with
9 removed?
Leaders
8
removed. I think it's 8 leaders removed. It leaves 6, I believe. Yeah, there's 14 in total.
8 removed. Okay.
14 minus 8, 6. Yeah.
Odds we see a Memnon play today, it feels like a first pick to me if he's there.
If Earl Memnon was to win the grand final of the Imperium Cup, it would be amazing.
That is what we should have.
Is the audio low?
My audio or his both audio?
Both audios? Might be. Hold on.
Mine? Let's see. It's not on my end. Test.
Hold on. I think I know what the issue is. My apologies. I know what's going on here.
Half as loud as usual. Okay, that's on Shadow's end.
Yeah, no, I've got it fixed. Hold
on. Okay, test. Can everyone hear us a little bit better now? Sorry about that.
There we go.
Okay.
That should be
Alrighty.
better. Okay, I think that should be an improvement. Let me talk a little bit more.
All right, while we are getting this sorted, we're going to shuffle and hopefully...
Yep. Okay.
Well, I got to shuffle first, right? Because I have to do the...
yeah, preferably. We'll need to shuffle until only one of us sit onto the table. Which is...
Oh my god.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Okay. Try this again. Actually, can't I just jump back out because nothing's happened yet? Oh no, because we need both of them to be in their specific seats. Okay. Dum, 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 dum. Reload. Sorry, guys.
There we go.
Gosh dang it. Why?
What are you going to do? I know why they changed the way it works. It's just kind of annoying they changed the way it works. So
yeah, don't know why it does that.
Definitely.
Black and gray should not be shuffled into the colors. All right, whatever.
It is. All right. Last couple of messages looking at here while we're sorting this out here. You're not able to watch this live. That's unfortunate, Generals. Nice to have you here.
Nope.
Other than that, yeah, I can't imagine. It's kind of funny. So I've like commentated like 150 games, and like I know it's not as easy to play when your game is being covered. I can't imagine what it's like to have it covered live by the pair of us, live on stream. Like there is additional pressure, no doubt about that.
It's so annoying.
Just getting bad luck here. Don't worry, folks. Everything's working. Unfortunately, the way the shuffling is, we need to keep going until only one of us on the table, and it just keeps shuffling us both on it.
Do you want to jump out real fast? It's much better like no. That's okay. It's okay. Just chilling here.
It's fine. And it's 150 minimum. That's not counting all the games I've played on stream. That's not accounting for the other stuff that I've done content-wise. There we go. You know, it's been a lot. All right, then. So Matt can go into the yellow seats, and then you'll need to drop into that. And I think we're going to be ready to go here, kids.
There we go.
Get ourselves lined up. Hopefully that should be somewhere around there, I think. Okay. So we'll get ourselves set up here, preferably.
I got everything going.
Yep. All right.
All right, we're out, guys.
Here we go, then. We are getting ourselves drafted. So here we go, then. We'll have a look at the opening row and text and such. We will not be able to see the leader pool because we're sitting in the grey seats. This is all hidden from us. So let's look at what we've got here. Oh, my holy goodness. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well,
should be a good game.
Well, this game isn't going 8 rounds, I don't think. Gola and Stitch Horror, 2 incredibly, incredibly powerful graph cards here. Absolutely insane, the pair of them. Gola doubling the Agent's Box. Stitched Horror giving you just insane bonuses. One of the best cards in the game. Absolutely vilely powerful card. As for Imperium Road, also pretty solid. Placement Eyes also very popular. Loads of grafting out here. Trashing for drawing is just always popular, and eventually trashing out just does everything this card. Benny's Sister, also the only one out there. Full Scale Assault not likely to get picked up here. Imperial Shock Troops kind of a niche sort of pick as well. So interesting to see how this is going to play out here, actually. I could definitely see worlds where people get to like 4 Persuasion early and just rip this row entirely. Very, very possible. As for our techs here, there's some pretty solid ones. Hollow Projectors, I do like, being a pool player, no surprise there. Flagships, the 8 coster for the victory point, and cashing in some cash for the troops late on. Obviously very, very dangerous. Detonation devices. Man, it feels like a real gamble to go down. We didn't see any Dreadnoughts for a while in the runner-up playoffs. I wonder if detonation devices. I feel like someone's really gambling if they go heavy on that, though. I do fear.
I'm not sure any of these players are that heavy in combat, invested in combat, to do that, to take that kind of gamble. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Yeah, let them know.
All are capable. So
there we go. They can lick leaders. Very good. So yeah, it will be Yiazmat to pick first here. Elessar will be first to kick off in this one. Yeah, very interesting what kind of lead's going to go. It's kind of like, is there going to be early revealing? What I was interested in, if we had seen, like, say, it's kind of weird. So early revealing is good, but not good here. Like in round 2, I think you could definitely see some people early revealing for like Stitch Horror and or Gola, for example. But this Imperium row is like, Placement Eyes is nice, but I don't think anyone's early revealing for it because no one has a way of generating free specimens early. There's just no way of doing it unless. Here's a question. Are we going to see Still Suits Research Station round 1 for like an early Stitched Horror?
I mean, that's a reasonable play. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going for
if someone's got like their recon, faction, and double experimentation, I think Still Suits Research is not an outrageous move here. Round 1 Stitch Horror. Like, that is so huge. I will keep an eye out to see if there's anyone that dives into Still Suits. Like, if you see, like, first position, like Elessar go immediate Still Suits, I think you can definitely see that play coming. And the thing is if they're going to do it, they can't be stopped. That's one of the nice things about that potential path is that you can't really stop it. So, just to see how this goes. It is painful on the economy-wise, but it's Stitched Horror. Like, it hurts a bit. It depends a bit on what the first conflict is as well, I suppose. But I could see that. People used to do that for Gola. I could definitely see it having a Stitch Horror. But it is a gamble in a grand final, you know? It is a gamble. So we'll see what the players have got in a few minutes or so. Again, we can't see any of the leaders currently at the moment, so that is obviously a little bit unfortunate. And we'll work it out as we go.
Technically, you can't see the leaders, but.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you're recording the side.
I'm not.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Is that going to do that? Hopefully not. Yeah, we're working on it. All right then. So leaders are picked. Here we go then. Sorry about that, kids. Let me just do something on the side here. Hopefully that's not going to break my bits and pieces. Whoops. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to look here. I'm just trying to do something on the side as well. You know how it is. Yiazmat goes combat strat. Yeah, no surprise here. Romba Vernier is picked in 4th position. Yiazmat does go very heavy combat. We've got Paul Atreides. How did Count Ilban get to 2nd position? What in the...
Yeah, it's very strange.
Wow. So how does Ilban get to 2nd
position? 4th position Romber. Yeah, that's something I wanted to ask you about. Is like the fourth position Romber. Is that common? I don't remember that being very common with XMO.
It's a little unusual, no doubt about that. Like I've seen 100 more and more get picked in 3rd position as a way of denying it to 1st place. Seeing that more and more as we go. So it's definitely kind of getting there. But yeah, 2nd place Ilban. That is wild. That's absolutely wild. Paul Atreides, is he going for it? No. So, Paul Atreides goes full space. Looks like he didn't draw any access to smuggling here. If Ilban has access to smuggling and his ring, I mean, Ilban is an immediate early favorite here. If winners that were not picked, we've got El Memnon and Elessar Kaz. So there was no Tezia, no Baron, no Beast. As I said, it was one person was Ilban. And somehow Ilban has been passed up by 3 players. That is absolutely wild. That is absolutely wild. Crazy stuff. All right, then. 100 Moritani is up here. So, yeah, if Ilban just needs to get hold of his signet ring and get to smuggling, it's round 2 Swordmaster. It's absolutely massive for him. 100 opens up with secrets. That is an unusual... 100 must have really liked what the 2nd intrigue was. Must have really, really liked what's going on of it. It happens, you know. So, whatever these are got to be pretty good, you'd imagine. Romba Vernius opens up with Carfag with his signet ring. Bit of a weird one. Our first combat is victory points. And it's back to Mr. Atreides, who had double Diplo. So, he goes to Steel Suits. Not willing to go Stitch Horror heavily for that, but still pretty decent spot for him. Imagine he'll put in probably just the one. What is going to be going on here? Elessar, understandably very popular with chat. No surprise there. I do think... I'd love to see Yiazmat on it, though. I really would love to see Yiazmat on it.
Well, we'll see. The 4th position Romber could be a new thing. I haven't been playing XMO very much, but maybe it's good enough with
when
nation devices.
When Ilban's out there, 4th position Romber is not a thing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's just not a thing when Ilban's out there. It's absolutely insane. So Ilban just picks up the loose spice at base in here. There's Toaster. Hundro really likes whatever these are. He's going to stay out of this one. Tech negotiation. Feels like Hundro got a bit of a weird hand to go secrets tech negotiation here.
Yes, definitely does.
Romba as well. Looks like Romba didn't pull any faction access either. Signet Ring Recon. So he's just going to take the victory down here and call it a day. So, a couple of weird opening hands here. Paul Atreides pulled no smuggling access. Hundro pulled a strange hand. No faction access for Romba. This is all benefiting Count Ilban, however.
Really it is, yeah.
This is not great for everyone else. This is a monster start for Toaster. No doubt about that. So, Paul Atreides rules for free. Getting the Benny sister. Totally solid. Yeah, look at this. Ilban had no faction access, but he has his ring, so he is going. He's going to get his dagger in as well. So he's just going to get immediate Swordmaster here. Monster. This absolutely insane. Free to buy. Rose kind of quiet.
Oh,
Assassination mission. I think he's eyeing up.
Okay.
He's eyeing up some early selective breeding. I think is what he's looking to do with that. He's going to go for. He's getting his Swordmaster. He's going to trash this for High Council. Looks like it's going to be the plan here.
it's like a replacement
Yeah,
eyes.
and Hanjo had. I
Huntia?
thought that's what Hanjo had. Diplomacy, double dagger, double convincing, tough opening hand. No wonder he went secrets. He felt he didn't have much else to do. And it's really hard to go Hardy Warriors and just put it all in. Although he'd probably win the combat. Should he go Hardy Warriors there? Maybe.
I don't think so. He wants to keep his options open.
Point to point.
There's too many people in this combat right now. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Balance Ambition goes to him though. That's 2 rings for Hanjo. That's huge. If he can get the spice to fund that, like if it's a couple of spice combats up early on at raid stockpiles or something, that's huge for him. Romba still didn't pull any faction access. Interesting. He did take secrets over steel suits. It means that whatever these intrigues are apparently really good. It's the only thing I can intend for that. He drew 2 really good ones. Like I'm going to take both of those. Romba rips it at
Roseblonde.
3. Tessie Humanity, Appropriate. Oh my god, Hanjo wants that
Spiritual
so
Fervor.
badly. Treachery. Fervor's out there. That's a...
I would have probably taken Fervor here, actually. Because look at these.
That's a
cards.
slingshot to Stitch Horror, 100%. I think I would have taken that.
Yeah.
But Tess is a good card.
Yeah, it is a good card. All right.
Never mind.
Point
so
goes to Romber.
Robert takes the point. Water to Ilban. Spice to Pull the Trades. We'll move on here. Round 2, Arakeen. Early combat points, although second and third places are pretty desirable here. You know, that money early, of course, obviously rushing for Swordmasters.
Really interesting. With such a weird opening, I'm not sure where this is going to go. Obviously, shipping is great.
Yeah, so...
Swordmaster. Yep.
Ilban decides not to go Specimens. He realizes he's not likely to get any of the Talaxu cards, which is reasonable. Hanjo has his other faction access, so he's going to start hitting Fold Space.
I think we're going to see Paul hitting this research station this round. So
I feel like it. He didn't have his ring, did he? So he could go research station, draw 3 cards. Like he's just play around Stitched Horror. Seems such a strong way to play this.
Yeah,
especially considering how insane of a start Ilban has had in this game. Like Ilban is the man to beat here in this game. There's no question about that.
Well, we all know that Ilban's a strong leader in second position basically
position,
in any position.
With Swordmaster round 2. I mean, I don't want to go so far as saying Toaster would be pretty disappointed to not win this, but like he's a big early favorite. So Romba goes Steel Suits to get some troops in. So Paul's got a bit of a decision here. Does he go Great Flat Conspire or does he go Research Station? Because I think Romba's going to do whatever he does in here.
I think Research Station appeals to me more. If you can get better card quality than Ilban, you can easily catch back up to him. But you're going to need to hit something big. Like obviously this Treachery is a nice card. Appropriate's a nice card. But you also, if you like draw 3 cards, very good chance that you can Atomics and wheel into something really nice.
No.
He's gonna reveal
No.
here.
I mean, there's no way.
That doesn't seem...
What is going on here?
What is going on here?
What is happening here? Why?
We'll see.
This has got to be something going on here. Are they got to be chatting?
Okay, the only thing I can think of why he'd want to do this is he doesn't want to draw. He'd rather have his next hand be shuffled up.
But
basically.
I mean,
he doesn't want to have the same hand again.
Maybe.
So,
I guess. But if you're going Research Station with the ring, it doesn't matter. You're drawing new cards anyway.
You're drawing 3 cards. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably got some reason for it. I mean, he's in the finals, so
they are on a call, so they might be having a little chat here. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of teasing going on here. It's a tough call. Great Flat's solid.
Oh, okay.
Just Arakeen and the 2. He's
So he's looking to take this combat down as well. I think this is also reasonable.
He has to make a point for it, which is reasonable.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
So he did pull Benny's sister, which is what he's looking for here. He's looking to pull Benny's sister and have a load of daggers and get stuck. He's probably got to put in all 3 here. Yeah, he has.
These early combat's so important for non-combat leaders.
If he's not putting in, he's worried about Hundro, and I think he didn't pull Benny's sister. I think it's why. If he puts Benny's sister, I think he just commits to it. But it looks like he didn't pull it. So the question is, what's Hundro's intrigues? I think at least one of them is endgame. At least one of them is endgame. Again, going secrets immediately like that was such a curious move. Be fascinating to see what those were. Maybe like an ambush as well or something.
Yeah.
But it feels like a plans or a corner is there. So Hundro will start getting his shipping going over at Hanger Basin. No surprise here.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Hundro obviously doing this as well? Yeah, Elessar's trying to work out what his combat strength is here. I'm a bit surprised Elessar didn't just put in all 3 troops. Maybe he's trying to cheap it a little bit. Maybe he did pull Benny's sister and he's trying to save the troop. Possible.
That might be true. Like if he's just sandbagging like a couple of daggers here, he could get easily lucky on this combat.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous though.
But with 2 combat cards in Hundro's hand, that's a hard decision to make. You have to really be greeting it.
Romba's going to go in here. I think this was his other concern, is that Romba had double faction access, maybe.
True.
So Romba
second place is also good.
Yeah.
Absolutely good point, Ozzy.
The full cash is good for him. It gets him to Mentat. He needs to keep that away from Ilban as much as possible. Paul Atreides has got a lot of work to do to fight for that. And he knew that when he was taking Paul, he knew that Ilban would get chosen to his left. Paul does have a second action, of course. Could go to Carthag. He doesn't have faction access unless he redrew Diplo. Even if you did draw Diplo, like, there's not a lot of great spaces for it to go here. Secrets and Wealth is only it. If he's got access to Carthag, he probably has to at least has to have a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any reason to reveal early here? I think probably not. I don't think Hundro and Romba have access to cards that Paul really wants, apart from maybe Appropriate. But the problem is Appropriate needs to influence over at the Emperor to get the tech purchasing. Until then, it's just kind of a bit of a reveal card. So
I don't know if there's a better play. Like, do you Carthag here or hit up like tech negotiation? I mean,
I think Paul Atreides should be targeting Treachery and Hollow Projectors. Hollow Projectors is an amazing tech for Paul anyways. If he can get his hand on Treachery as well, that is like insanely powerful for Paul Atreides. That's going to make him really tough to deal with in combat. And the thing is, he's always acting after Romba, for example. So Romba's always having to guess what Paul Atreides is going to do. So unfortunately not. Being in the grey seat, I don't actually have access to the scoreboard, unfortunately. He does reveal early.
Yeah, sorry. The scoreboard will be on the hands upside.
So he's got 6 persuasion and a dagger, and he is... Oh, that's why he's going spiritual. He is revealing early for Stitch. That's what's going on here. So
that will get him to Stitched.
So that's going to get him to Stitch. That's what he was playing for.
Wow. Okay. Scientific Breakthrough is in the Thylaxu row. Another, say, A tier, A plus tier card.
And Ilban has odds to get this. He bumped down, didn't he? Oh, it's wide open that anyone could get that. Wow. So he's got 3 persuasion left and a dagger. He can take 2 more or 2 daggers here. Kind of a bit of a weird spot here. I don't hate taking the 2 daggers just to get Appropriate, and that's going to be useful later. Or he could just take Truthsayer is also an incredibly good card for Paul Atreides. It's basically Hollow Projectors. And that faction is good. Maybe you just take Truthsayer and just take the 3 swords. And that way, if Robert doesn't have 2 daggers, like, you're putting him to task here. No, he does commit. He does commit to Appropriate. He does do it the other way around. Oh no. Oh no. Ilban's revealing early here. He's taking Sardina, I think.
Well, he knows Hundro's cards.
Oh no, he's not.
Hundro's deck is wide open, so there's no need to.
Oh my god.
To take the sister.
So who's taking Sardina here? Hundro's got 3 into specimens. Yeah, that was the autosave. That's what that was. Hundro's got to take Sardina, surely. That's such an insane card. How is Sardina only worth 3 persuasion? I've never known.
I don't know. It should be like 5. Seriously.
It came in Rise of Ix as well. It's not even a base game card, which I often forget. So Sardina goes to Hundro. Romba redrew Testy Humanity. Wow. He's got 5 persuasion. He's looking at Ex-Engineer. Ex-Engineer is interesting for Romba Vernius because obviously he does have extra tech buying power. He's more likely to get it trashed, but just goes to the faction access. Seems solid.
Yep. I mean, I like this play. This keeps his options open. Gives him out to Spice Must Flow later on, whereas buying the Ixian Engineer doesn't do that.
5 for Romba. 5 for Ilban. He's going to punt and look for better card. It's still Manufacturer looks pretty good. Smuggler's Fonter isn't so good for him because he never went there. Still Suits looks just solid. Even if you don't get the Alliance, it's still a good card.
Now we were saying that Toaster's in the driver's seat, but right now he's sitting on level 1 of the guild, so that's potentially a little bit worrisome. Especially since he's about to never have guild access for the rest of the game, because Mattia's probably gonna take it next
Yeah,
round.
his deck's looking a little
Yeah.
tricky, but I mean, he's got round 2 Swordmaster. Like, he's just going to have so much action economy on his opponents here.
Yep.
I think that is going to wait up early. It depends how quickly his opponents get to Swordmaster here. So Rombavernius takes the point. It's a couple of coins for Hundro, 4 for Paul Atreides. And we'll move on. Definitely got some Toaster supporters here. Round 3. Oh, wow. It's more City Combat here. Carthag now. Well. We had to wait a long time in the playoffs for victory points in conflict, and especially victory points in the flags, but they are flying out here so far. Yeah,
that's right. In the last stream, we had absolutely no combats until round 7.
It's like 6 or 7 or something
Wasn't it?
like that.
6? No, because 7 was what was 7? It was 7.
It wasn't Ground Vision. I know that.
No, it wasn't Ground Vision.
So Hundro's just going to go smuggling, you'd imagine. The thing is, Hundro really wants to bump up to get value out of his ring, but he recognizes he's just got to go for Swordmaster, I think. He really wants to bump up and ring, but it's going to be too slow. I think, yeah, he's just got to take the cash and get the Swordmaster now. Doesn't really want to, but it is what it is. Which means that Rombavernius is most likely going to get hold of Scientific Breakthrough here, which is pretty good for him, because I don't think anyone else is early revealing for it. What does Rumble want to do here? He's got Arakeen. Is there any
ring?
Tech negotiation. Oh, he's going detonation devices. Or is he going to go hollow projectors?
No, he's going
to go hollow projectors first. Okay. He can grab detonation later, I suppose. I think it's fine. If he's not going to be doing a ton of trashing, this is a way of kind of trying to get around that. It's not exactly a perfect solution, but it does kind of work. Shame as well. Paul would have really loved that as well. Really, really would have loved that.
Yep.
Yeah, no one's only revealing for Scientific Breakthrough.
No.
Not with Fold Space.
Not with Fold Space,
Not with Fold Space. He's going to get the Spice here.
Okay. Yeah, he's got to either take the Spice or go Fold Space.
Now, hold on a second. Shipping. So he's gone Great Flat instead of Fold Space. I think he's highlining. This feels like Highliner's coming. Because he's going to highline to get hold of his shipping access as well here. I think that otherwise, why wouldn't you just go Fold Space and start shipping here? When you've got a bump on the guild as well. I feel like he's got Diplo in hand and he's going Highliner. And I don't think he had Diplo in his hand last round either. I think he's going adventuring here. That's what it feels like to me. It's a victory point conflict. Carthage is going to generate you cash. It's going to get you to places. Ilban opens up a research station. I actually really like this because he's got the action economy on his opponents. He might even find his way to Mentat as well. And he's just cycling through so much of his deck here. There goes the assassination mission as well. That's going to get him to High Council. And Ilban's going to have High Council and Swordmaster by end of round 3. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Pretty menacing position.
Yeah, looking really good.
As pointed out by Ozzy, though, and others, it's just not a great deck.
His deck's not amazing,
it's okay.
But I think he's going to have that +2 persuasion early, and he's going to just have... he needs something to pair... He needs to get a Fremen card to pair with the... whatever you want to call it, the Steel System Manufacturer. If he gets that, I think he's fairly solid here.
Agreed.
Rumba Hollow Projects. Not sure what he's going to look to do here. Imperial Basin looks not bad, just getting that spice in the back pocket. He's got nothing to deploy here. Garrison's pretty empty.
Maybe he's looking at an Arakeen here, get another buck, kind of set up for.
I don't think he wants to cycle his deck though. His ring's in his hand. He'd have to.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, you're right. It is. Play.
He's going
to do it.
I mean, it doesn't feel too great.
I want to look through this.
Well, not. Whoops.
Apologies.
You'll have to shuffle and draw manually. There we go.
There we go.
Look at you breaking the script. Good job.
I messed it up. And we have 97 viewers at the moment. Thank you all for watching and taking your time out of your day to watch some Dune. So
definitely.
This is the finals of the Imperium Cup 2023, although we're in 2024 right now. 2024, not 2023.
Close.
2024. One of those years.
But yeah, definitely huge threat then. Howdy.
Hey,
Paul,
Joey.
Paul is going to grab Mentat here, which I don't. Yeah, he needs to put the agent down. Too much uprising for Elessar. To be fair, it's only the first time he's forgotten to do that. So he's going to pinch that away here. I think he reckon.
Smart.
I think he's doing this because I think he is stalling for Highliner. I'm very sure that's what's going on here. So Ilban's going to start sending manufacturer to the steel suits. Double water, huge. Obviously, this Fremen alliance is going to be under massive contest for this game. I think Rumble wants to try and take it. He's not going to have an easy run. And, of course, Hundro is going to want a piece of this as well. Of course, Ilban going steel suits is terrible news for Saidina for Romba Vernes as well. I think that's something he's bearing in mind. He feels he's got to get in the way of this to stop Saidina firing off. So just to see how this is going to go here.
And somehow Paul Atreides is going to amp... If he goes to Highliner, he's going to manage to get to interstellar shipping before anyone else. Somehow.
Where else are we going to be? I mean, it's not obligation, but we do appreciate it. I mean, he doesn't need to highline, but I think he's going to highline because it gives him access to interstellar shipping, which no one's gone yet. I think that's what he's going for. A, to win the combat. He doesn't need to heavily deploy. He can probably garrison move his stuff, and then next round he just looks to go. He'll just go shipping, swordmaster, and then he's got troops in garrison and a scary looking deck. I think I'd be highlighting anyways. I really do. I think I'd be getting stuck in. Just gives you that guild act. No one's gone shipping it. No one has access.
I agree.
I think
it's very strong here. It sets him up for later turns. I mean, you don't even need that many troops to win this combat. Like, no one is ready to fight.
You could just do it and put in like 2 more troops, have 3 garrison. Garrisons are so light. I think there's a lot of value in it. Romba Vernes goes Gola. Yeah, that's an interesting spot. So what you want with Gold is you want really strong agent boxes. I don't think Romba's got a ton of those yet.
He's got Test and Truthsayer.
Test with Gola, like
Test
that is
cool.
going to be a bit annoying for people. That's going to really inhibit a chance for people to like get Spice Must Flows, having a double discard. But I think he's going to be looking to just pair that with experimentation. Still, though, to take Gola instead of Scientific, I think was an interesting choice. But I guess he's not made any progress yet, so... And here comes Paul Atreides, Stitched Horror, Diplomacy, Highliner. Here we go.
He's going adventuring.
He is adventuring as expected here, and this is such a strong spot for Paul Atreides here. I mean, this is just
Beetle Bump.
so strong for him. I mean, it's just so strong. So you put in probably like 2 troops just to be sure of it. You're a little bit worried about Hundro's intrigues. I don't hate overcommitting here. You've got no intrigues. Hundro's got 3. It's a little intimidating. I'm happy to pay a little bit more here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because Ilban has, like, I'm not sure, he might want to go, like, Fremen, Hardy Warriors, and there's a chance he was holding something in hand that Elessar would not want to have. So 4 is a pretty safe number here.
Yeah. 4 you'd feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Just in case of any kind of craziness. And yeah, Ilban does go High Council as expected.
Just High Council.
So yeah,
Makes
round
sense.
3, Sword Marshal and High Council for Ilban is absolutely nuts. This game is not going 8 rounds. There's just no way. This is going 7, surely. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to know. I can't see how this goes 8. Right, anyways, Hundro's off to reveal first. Actually, after revealing with Hundro. Only 3 Persuasion. The Imperium row is kind of... Side Halud looks nice. Missionaria. Occupation's there as well. Guild Admin. I feel like Hundro kind of wants to take Guild Admin, but it doesn't feel too great. You could just take a Liaison. If Saiyadina is going to struggle to get you points with the water, just having a Liaison... I mean, Liaison and Saiyadina is 5 Persuasion. I think that's really strong. And again, like, it's going to be hard for him to get to Steel Suits a lot because of Steel Suits manufacturer to his right here. It's a bit like when you get, like, Firm Grip and, like, Surgeon in the same game. The two kind of get in each other's way.
There's no argument for Protectiva here. He's already got Saiyadina.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he'll go Liaison, if anything. I think he should take a Liaison just to have some Fremen options. I think otherwise you're basically relying on Saiyadina to get you points via water, and I'm not entirely convinced he's going to be able to get a ton of those. So I think that is what I would be doing here. I think I'd take 1. Because if you
Takes the Beetle Bump.
Takes the Beetle Bump with specimens. No surprise.
And there's a little bit of a surprise to me because the row is pretty strong with Scientific Breakthrough right now. I mean, no one really cares about industrial espionage except Ilban.
Hundro does not buy. Well, I don't think Hundro has counted the market anymore. I think he might have plans.
think he
Poor
might have
Trades
plans
with
for me.
oh no.
Oh
Poor
wow.
Trades
There's
with
Plan
fight
Coupling, there's
persuasion.
Slilaxu.
Are you kidding me? Poor Trades is
Yeah,
going
it's
to have
pretty
Stitched
good.
Horror and Talaxi Master. Is Poor Trades new favorite for this game?
I mean, it's Elessar, so
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
Stitched
I'm
Horror
secretly rooting
and
for him because
Talaxi
West Coast.
Master.
So.
That is a level of heinousness I've not seen in a while. My God. That's almost as bad as my group game with a guy ahead of me with full persuasion, ripped a good row and found double in the shadows. It's almost as bad as that.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Unbelievable.
Except for them. Yeah. Are we going to take a beetle bump here? What are we doing?
Full persuasion. I think Ilban's got to go for scientific, surely.
Okay, Plan Coupling. Very nice pick.
He's got
on
to
this
take
card.
scientific breakthrough. He's already on his first marker, his best part of his first marker. Surely he goes for that. Yeah, Destroy Espionage is there, which is not a bad card for Ilban.
Okay.
Takes that. Carino Genes turns up next. It's okay. But yeah, it definitely
That's a
feels like
card.
at the moment, like green and red feel like they're definitely ahead here. Which, is what it is. Robert might
Yeah,
need
I
to
think
make
for Mattia, I think he's really worried that he's not going to get to the points for this. Like, I think he really wants to hammer those beetles. He doesn't really have any other beetle help right now, right?
Yeah. I just feel like for me,
Secretly look.
my impression of me is
Yeah,
Hundra,
no.
I think, is being weighed by his intrigues, in that I think they're very endgame heavy, and he's trying to play towards those. That's what it feels like is going on to me. Could be wrong, but I just feel like he's not played any of his intrigues yet. He drafted one and then went Secret's first action with a bit of a weird hand when he could have like hardied or steel suits or anything. So, huge early point here. So
Couple Toaster fans in the chat right now.
Yeah, Charlie,
Easy enough.
definitely rooting. So fourth round is raid stockpiles. So no victory points here, but the spice is pretty valuable. There's not much of it out there, and Imperial Basin's loading up a little bit here. But other than that, I think stockpiles could have some contest.
Pardon me. Is now, not Izuna. I don't know why I read it that way.
Is now, yeah.
Apologies.
Rhombovernius Truthsayer in hand. Ooh, wouldn't you want to be going Basin here as Rhombovernius?
Oh.
It's beginning. Truthsayer to... Wow, when's the last time I saw Truthsayer sent to Dreadnought? Rhombovernius has got his ring.
Interesting.
I think Rhombovernius has got his ring, and he's going to one of these mining spots, and he's going to chuck it in and try and get a point off it with stockpiles. I think he's trying to delay it a little bit. That's what I feel like that's what's possibly going on here. I think he's got his ring, and he's going to go Basin or Imperial Basin and put people to task here. Poor Atreides, surely he's just going to go... Yiazmat is playing very funkily here. So Paul Atreides is obviously going to go Swordmaster. Problem is, Rhombovernius has no money, and where's his Swordmaster coming from? We saw a game like this similar with Lannister in this tournament, I believe it was, where he went like with Rhombovernius. It was the one I covered, and had like a ton of firepower, but he just died on action economy. I feel like we're going to see the same here, is my fear. Like, Rombo, I feel like he's trying to run before he can walk a little bit. Like, there's no foundation he's building upon. He's just kind of playing it kind of card by card here, and I'm a little bit worried for him here.
Yep.
This does not
We have
look
broken
good.
100 viewers, guys, so thank you all for watching.
Huge thank you here. Maybe we should, on 100, do you want to throw up another poll? So you think folks
Absolutely.
think's rocking along here? Ignore our commentary, like our baseless opinions. They're not relevant. I want to know what you think. Is Uprising a better game than Doom when based in with expansions? They're different games. We talked about a lot of this in our podcast review, which was long, admittedly, but we had a shortened version at the start of it. I prefer Uprising personally, but the two are quite different experiences. They're the same base game, truth be told. Let me just shift the camera across a little bit for you guys. Apologies for that. So, Ilban Mentats, Hydra Moritani just stacking up on the spicy. He's at 4 intrigues, so he must have something he can offload here. Windfall, that was the first card he found. That was not one of his 2 original cards here. So, yeah, like, it feels, though, like there's a lot of competition here. But yeah, I'm very worried for Yiazmat here. I just feel like... Ilban's relying on action economy. Paul's deck is insane. Hundro, Hunjo's, I think, very reliant on end games here. I just don't see what Romba's strategy is other than hoping he can just muscle conflicts. Romba Venice is going to have to get detonation devices, like 100%. He has to get detonation devices and try and get a point or even 2 out of this. I feel it's the only way Romba Venice wins this. I really do. He might also bomb the Fremen Alliance as well, but the problem is that he's going to get competition for this alliance here. He's not going to be able to rest easy on this. Like, where's his other faction bumps coming from? You know, Trusae went to send to get the Dreadnought, you know? Stuff like that. I'm a little worried for him here. Swordmaster for Paul Atreides. Ilban's got 3 actions. Again, not the greatest deck, but he's just got so many things he can do. He can, of course, go Hardy Warriors with Steel Suits Manufacturer and be water neutral. He might even do that. I could definitely see that. See it occasionally.
Time, in my opinion, I think they're both just completely different games. They feel completely different, even though the base stuff you're doing is similar. Yeah. They just feel like 2 different games, really. I've just really been into Uprising lately. I haven't been playing a lot of XMO. But you know what? I mean, this is still one of the best games ever made, I'd say. And, you know, it definitely deserves your attention, even if you have Uprising.
Definitely. Yeah, thanks. I do appreciate you coming along as well. Thanks as well for all the folks who've been watching all the games we've been posting as well. Like, obviously, I covered and posted a lot, but they're all incredibly well watched. So huge thanks to everyone for that as well. If you guys didn't watch it, then I guess I wouldn't be sitting here making it. No, I don't think. I think Romba, I think he's trying to, like, preventively get ahead of the Alliance to try and ward people away. But when Steel Suit Manufacturer and Sardines out there, like, he's just going to get constantly contested for it.
Yep.
Ilban figures he might as well go fold space. He's got actions in hand. He might as well start getting some faction bumps going. Seems totally fine to me. Imperium Row is not amazing. High Priority is okay. Carol's a really strange card. And based on Imperium, Carol was like a really good card, but its value has definitely gone down over the course of time, which is fascinating.
Yeah, Carry All, it's a dud nowadays. I have not seen it played at all in XMO. It feels like
people just use experimentations, don't they?
Yep.
So
Tia's turn.
Yeah, on to Huntdro here. I feel like he's end game heavy here. Just feels like it.
He has not played anything yet. Oh, okay, he
has the faction access. I would not be at all surprised to see Huntdro Moritani having some whatchamacallit.
Wow, he is really bombing these tracks. He's really.
I feel like he's got plans. It feels like he pulled plans immediately and wanted to keep hold of it. So he's going to go secrets here, build up some persuasion. He's probably got some combat strength now. He's going to give Romba some uncomfortable situations here. Huntdro could be secretly ahead, but I think he's very reliant on his end games to get him there. We'll see. So Romba takes Carino Genes. I feels like a bit of desperation here. Just trying to get money together for all his stuff, but I'm a bit worried for him here. Test, Experimentation, Dagger. Portrait's got 1 action left. All his good cards are in his discard pile, so he will not be cycling here. Not entirely sure what Portrait's wants to do. Portrait's needs to get trashing. Like, he needs to trash cards. He needs to start hitting selective breeding so he can see Stitched and just do more stuff here. I think it's very imperative Portrait's gets trashing. I would expect Paul to bump up on the Talaxu track. Maybe he's going to go Hacker Basin to do that. Get the extra spice, trash a card, get those sort of daggers out of his hands. That would seem a pretty solid move. It's exactly what we do look to see here, I imagine. I don't know what you do about this conflict, though. It's a bit strange. I guess you can't...
Second place is fine. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 troops
I think I'd just be limping here. I am very concerned that Huntdro's going to hit a city and he's got, like, some combat entries like ambush or something behind him. I feel like that feels like that's happening a lot of the time here. So I don't
not go in for first here. Yeah, let Huntdro let someone else get it.
Yeah, Dagger out. Dagger out here is clear. I think he'll just loop the 1. Look to try and pick up a loose spice here. Charge a price for Ilban. I think that's pretty fine. Ilban, I don't.
Do you find it surprising they picked up Carino Genes though? I mean, you think that's a weird
Robert Vernier is desperately trying to get money for his Dreadnoughts as well as his Swordmaster because he's not shipping and he doesn't really see any other real logical source for money. So that's why he took Carino Genes. I don't think Carino Genes is a great pick. I just think he feels desperate. He's in desperation mode. I think already he's scrambling for stuff here.
Yeah.
We see Scientific Center Research Station. So it's 2 researches for Ilban. Takes an intrigue. He's going to start racing along this track here as well.
There, the poll is in. Everyone
I think
feels
Elessar is
70% about.
heavily,
Yeah.
heavily ahead here. I think Toaster's better than 15%, kids. I think he's better
I
than
think
15%.
Toaster and Mattia are still in it. Yiazmat's still got some. I mean, he's ahead in
I,
points.
I feel like things are gonna have to break Yiazmat's way here. He's gonna have to like be a load of combat points. He's gonna have to somehow win all of them. He has to get detonation devices. I think he without detonation devices, I don't think he wins this. Very reliant on that.
He's lurking in 2, so he's potentially at 5. He can get that alliance
Hundro
with
goes
BG.
well. Has Hundro Moritani got reinforcements? I wonder.
Ooh.
I wonder, has he got reinforcements here? Spy satellites would be if Romovinic can somehow if spy satellites was to peel off the row in the Hundro can get, that's what I mean. Something like that would completely change the complexion of this, but I don't think you can particularly rely upon that. But I feel like Hundro Moritani might have reinforcements after that wealth mood. It's very curious. A couple of swords here for Paul Atreides, because I guess he's just not buying anything.
I don't think he needs to.
Paul would like to get Appropriate going, but I don't think he's in a huge rush. Ilban's got one more action. He's got a ton of cards. He's drawn a lot of cards this round.
We're going to see some Spice Must flows this round, most likely. I mean, he has a ton of 2-costers in his deck now,
High
right?
Council, yeah. Like, Ilban's going to be looking to buy... Ilban is yet to score officially, by the way. So...
Oh, interesting.
And here comes, selective breeding. So, Ilban has drawn 7 cards over the course of this round.
What did he trash?
Dagger.
Dagger, okay.
How do you not trash the dagger? Why does he...
He draws from the from the planned coupling before he is making a decision. So that's what he's doing right now, and he's gonna draw 2 more.
You know what, Silas? You do bring up a good point. Krinogenes does pair with Gola. I can't dispute that. But that's 2 cards. He's got to draw on both out of a deck of like 13. It's not likely. But if he could pair it, it'd be huge. But I don't think it's something you can expect to happen. Hundro. Reinforcements. Feels like it. No.
Oh no.
Shadowy Bargain. Okay, just clearing his hand. It was definitely potential.
His hand must be good.
I guess he wouldn't necessarily reinforcements this unless he had a specific reason he would to win this fight. You got like Demand Respect or something. I still wouldn't have been entirely surprised to see that. Finally decides he's got to go for a liaison. Oh my god, man. Ataxic Infiltrator is now on the opening row, is on the Talax row, by the way. Oh my god. Someone called it earlier.
Top 4 cards, I'd say.
Ilban's gonna get Talax Infiltrator. Are you kidding me?
Oh no, he's not. He's not.
Or is he gonna buy it for the spice? That's the other reasonable thing. Spice's Flow comes in. Officially had a persuasion of like 10 or something. It was huge. So Ilban starts buying. So Ilban's first 2 points of the game are Talaxu point and Spice Must Flow. When was the last time you saw that?
It's not that unlikely with an Ilban, especially playing super passively right now.
In Ixima, it's very strange. I think it's very strange. He's obviously at one bump with all of his other factions, but yeah, first legitimate points here. So, I don't expect anyone's going to play anything. Paul Atreides will be very happy. 2 Spice for a troop is a great result. Rombo will take the 3. He'll block up the Imperial Basin. He might fluke an extra troop if he's lucky. And we'll move on here. So round 5 coming up here. Cloak and Dagger. Oh, this is going to be spicy, I think.
Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger is very desirable. There's not been a lot of faction. I mean, there's only, 3 friendship points between all of these players after 4 rounds? That's very low. That's very low here. I think there's going to be a lot of combat for this. Everyone wants a piece of this. There's 2 intrigues as well. It means if people have got combat intrigues, they're happy to fire them in. I think this could get very violent. Paul Atreides has got the garrison, but I don't know if he's going to win this. If there's battle intrigues about, I think they might start getting fired off here.
I just hope that Elessar doesn't forget that it's 6 spice for Highliner, not 5. It's easy to do once you've been playing Uprising for a while.
I think Cheeseball's done that once or twice. Enough.
He said he did. Interesting. All right. Well, action is on Paul, and got a lot of things to think about here. Are we gonna try to collect some more spice early on? Are we gonna hit some tracks? I mean, there's
Paul
a lot of
Trades
tracks.
just needs to just draw cards. He needs to draw as
He
many
does.
cards as he can. He needs to trash his bad stuff. He just needs to get rock and rolling here. He's going to keep shipping. I think he's going to be a bit worried now that stuff like bribery and finesse are out there, so I have no issues with going shipping first, just in case. Talaxian Master is in hand as well. He obviously wants to get to the end of the track, so that will start accelerating his card draw as well. Obviously, you don't want to TM and draw into your Stitched Horror, though. That would be kind of sad. But
Yeah, not great.
But I mean, to be fair, as Paul Trades, you always know your top card, so it's easier for him to get around that. Ilban will get Full Space going yet. I think that looks good. He'll try and probably get to smuggling here, I imagine. Just to try and get... if he can, he might go there just to set up for shipping next round and get in one round of that and call it a day. Looks good to me.
Yep, absolutely makes sense from Ilban's perspective. He's going to have shipping. No one else is going to be able to stop him at this point. I mean, unless he just doesn't draw yellows. But what are the odds of that, right?
That's never happened before.
Never happened to me.
Never happened in before on stream to people that are live on this chat. Never ever. Andro's got his.
He's got Boundless.
He's got Boundless. His ring is probably in his hand as well. We haven't seen it for a while. I could definitely see like a Steel Suits to try and get some water together for Sayadina. I think he's whenever Steel Suits is available and Ilban hasn't gone there, I think he has to go there because he's going to find it so hard to get Steel Suits to manufacture in Ilban's hand. I think it Steel Suits to me.
It's really weird because I always find that Sayadina is an incredibly hard card to just keep rolling.
Yeah. And he's got huge competition on his right side. He has to, whenever he can get to Steel Suits, I think he just has to go there. Even if it's not like the most fun move to make at the time, I think there's too much to do here.
Agreed.
So Rombavernius, who was leading in points, it's Dreadnought number 2. It's detonation devices. Here we go.
100%.
Here we go, kids. So,
well, I did say that there's no likelihood that we're going to see a bunch of combat.
This is the only way Rombavernius wins this is by getting getting detonation and getting points off. It's the only way he wins this. Oh, Minimix, come off.
I was wrong.
Ooh, I wonder if Joe's gonna Elessar's gonna go straight for that. Sorry, we've met him in person. It's a bit awkward. I think he might go tech negotiation here. He might see that and think, hello. It's a great tech for Paul. Paul Trades typically needs to buy a Spiceless Flow somewhere over the course of his game. That's going to help him do it. Also, you do not want to give that to Ilban. Ilban with High Council and Minimic. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's hideous. I think he's got access. He has to at least consider it. The thing is, though, Paul Trades wants to get in on this combat. I think he feels Cloak and Dagger is going to be pretty valuable to him here, but it's really tricky.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he should swerve from his plan, right? I mean, like, I feel like this combat is too good for him right now. All right. Got a Diplo. He's holding it. Oh, is this a stitched?
Yeah,
it is the stitched.
It's double Diplo stitch. Is he off to Hardy Warriors? I think he's off to Hardy Warriors.
I think Hardy makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was wrong.
Ooh, wow. What's he trashing?
Yeah.
Is it like his Raycon in his hand?
Huh.
He's going to be trashing twice, though.
He doesn't have to trash twice.
He doesn't have to, but I mean, I guess you could just use the bump and the water, I guess. But I like to trash where possible with Stitch.
This is interesting. What is he?
He must really want what his next card is. I feel like that his next card he feels he must really want it. That's what it feels like to me.
Okay.
There must be something there, like TM was there maybe, or like TM was his next card or something. I don't know. He just felt like he had to get it. That's what it feels like to me. So he's going to take the water and the beetle bump, so it gets him a point. If you're taking water and bump off of Stitched Horror every time you play it, you're not really going that far wrong, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking about appropriate, but
he's not
got like
no
no money.
He also not only doesn't have no money, he hasn't got 2 persuasion.
He's not level 2.
So
yeah, he's not level 2.
Unless he has an Emperor, unless he's going to go with it to smuggling. But I feel like Ilban goes smuggling a lot here. So if he was banking on that, yeah, I feel like that wouldn't be a wise move because Ilban just goes there so often here with his experimentations. It's an obvious move for
smuggling.
him to make. So if Paul Trades is hoping to get to that. Does Paul Trades have Does he have the spice for the shipping intrigue? The one that I keep calling diversion, but that's an uprising intrigue. We had this last week.
No. Diversion is in this one.
Whichever one.
Distraction is
Distraction.
In the other one.
That's the one. Has he got diversion here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Also, I cannot say.
No, diversion's the 4 troops for the 4 troops one, isn't it? As I often say, kids, when people make strange-looking moves, they tend to do it for very specific reasons. And I feel like this might be one of those occasions. To go Diplo stitched to selective here is a strange move off his opening draw. And it's not like Spiritual Fervor's a bad reveal. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he hit something he really wanted. My gut was saying, like, go Hardy, like, just get this combat, you know. It's probably an easy 3 troops and you're good. You might even have a backup plan in hand with an intrigue. Like, I just don't know. I mean, maybe he just values the BG trash that highly. I mean, it does get him to master a little bit faster, so that's good. But we'll see.
I mean, I assume he already had master. I assume he was trying to draw whatever his next card was. So it's something very specific going on here. Like, having played a ton of Pool Atreides, he's going after something very specific and very particular here to make that kind of move. Very unusual. So Ilban obviously smuggled. Hundred Moritani's in a very... This feels like an interesting moment for him. He's got to decide if he's going to try and commit for this fight. Again, he has not played any of his 2 intrigues that he picked at the start of the game. They're still sitting in his hand. I've been keeping an eye on that. Likely to be very endgame heavy. Maybe some Al Armada in there sometimes. Stuff like that.
Did you say earlier that he's probably holding his ring in hand because we hadn't seen it for a while?
I feel like his ring's quite possibly in his hand here as well. So
he's probably just doing a little bit of math here, figuring out if he
just goes,
he's going to ring Arakeen or Carthag or something like that.
I mean, if you just ring Carthag and just dump it all in, like, you're going to win this more often than not.
But we've got to fold space first.
He has got the spare action. He's under no pressure with the going to a city. So double intrigue taken.
Tons of intrigues.
There's no infiltration likely to secrets, although that would be pretty sad if someone suddenly infiltrates secrets. It'd be upsetting, like an Ilban doing that or something. That would hurt. That would really hurt, especially if he lost one of those intrigues after. It was like corner or something. Can you imagine? Ilban gets that. Oh my god. Romba has to go like experimentation. I think he's just going to chuck it in here, close his eyes, and just say, all right, this is the target. Do you guys want to try and go for it or not? Currently, he has no progress with Talaxu, hence why he is racing that right now.
Oh, never mind.
Well, that helps. Breakthrough helps. Okay, that kind of mitigates some of the danger here. So he's going to go and take the intrigue as well. So Romba's just going to put it in here. I tell you what, I mean, after the first round and a half, it was not impossible. Ilban finds like a round 6 win. Not impossible. But he's kind of been pegged back a touch here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that they would do that.
No.
I can't imagine Elessar playing like that or Yiazmat.
No. There is an illustrious exclusive role on our Discord on the line here, kids. Forget the money. Forget the promo card from North Carolina. There's only like 40 in existence. There is an exclusive role on our Discord. It's a different color.
Wow.
High stakes.
Tell me how that works.
High stakes, kids. You know, it has no extra permissions. It's yellow. It's yellow. Is it yellow? I actually don't know. No, we
can make it whatever color we want, but yeah, I think
I don't even know the color of the roll. I think it's like
yellow.
Green or something. I have no idea. Anyways,
it's gold. It's gold for champions.
It's gold. Yeah. All right then. Anyway, so Pool Atreides with experimentation up here. Only the highest of stakes in the hidden assets and tournaments. Is he just going to go great flat and just stock up on spice here? Maybe. Bear in mind with I think that's what he's going to do here. Bear in mind with appropriate, you do not have to spend money. You can still just spend spice for the intrigues. And also, I think Pool Atreides has some ideas brewing in his mind for certain techs. So it seems a totally solid move.
Yeah, there is a flagship out there. Let's not forget. I mean, we kind of have forgotten about it because there were other more available things for everybody, but
so
we've seen flagship
Ilban
played.
is just trying to do his own thing here, but he is in danger of letting too many rewards go to his opponents during combat.
That's true.
I feel like Ilban is going to possibly have to get stuck in somewhere. And the thing is, like, if he's running out of time, because once you hit into the tier 3s, everyone's going to be piling in. If Ilban wants to win a combat, it probably has to be next round, but it's hard to see now that Drom's got his dreadnoughts going as well. It's you know, unless Ilban has a way of generating points, like, oh, that's like does Hudro have like Chom shares? You know, the more I'm thinking about it, Hudro could well have Chom shares.
Well, he's sitting on a bunch of money he hasn't spent yet.
Yeah, something like those. Like, I was thinking it was endgame wise, but it might just be stuff like Sleep Must Awaken, Chom shares, that sort of thing that's also in the mix. It would explain why he hasn't paid any of it yet. And it explain why he did not want that going to his opponents. So,
yep.
Could definitely see that happening.
Is this a tech negotiation, though? I mean, he's like last act, right? He can tech negotiate, he can throw in. Is this something...
It depends if Hondro has got battle intrigues. If he's got battle intrigues, I think he might get stuck in here. The problem he is at a little bit of risk of getting secret stuff. Well, assumably Ilban is going shipping next round, first action. So I don't think Hondro's intrigues are that much danger. So yeah, definitely. It's up there.
So Sneaker, 2 VP from Tleilaxu track with that card he bought. 2 VP from tracks equals 4. 1 Spice Must for the next round equals 5. So he needs 1 random VP in hands. Yep. So, I mean, he's pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely ways, but it's tricky to see. There is his ring. He mentats it. He did have his ring in hand, as noted. So he's going to use this to cash in. Now, if he takes money, that'll be very, very telling. Okay, just take Spice. Looks like it. I think Hundra Moritani wants to win this battle. I think he's got very, very close eyes on it. Does take the Spice.
Nice. Okay.
I think he could easily have stuff like Master Tacticians, Tiebreakers, Second Wave, Ambushes, that sort of thing. All within Hundra's range here. All within Hundra's range. But yeah, there's a lot of intrigues out there now, and it starts getting difficult for the players here to kind of ascertain what is... to ascertain what they want to do here. It gets very murky here. 100 gets his shipping ready. I don't know where Ron Vernis is so reliant on Spice Outlets turning up at this point.
He needs it, but he also needs, like,
desperate.
These intrigues need to be pretty
really
top tier
good,
for him to
like,
get there. Yeah.
Rombo needs a lot of things to go his way to obviously he's going to put pressure on combats now because of detonation. That's the only thing that's keeping him in the game right now.
Yep.
Poor Trades with the 4 persuasion. I don't know if he buys anything here. High Priority Travel's never bad. I don't think it's a bad pick for Paul. Especially when whenever you know what your next card is, maybe some space travel. Just it's a 2 persuasion card.
Yeah,
I don't know. Might not bother. He might not bother. His deck's pretty good as it is, and it's not particularly huge. I don't hate not buying, but I also think buying like one of those is okay. Ilban extra reveal. 5 persuasion. Didn't even play his ring. Gets a loose Spice. Here come the liaison. So that's obviously trying to pair with Stilt's Manufacturer. I think he might pick up 2. Paul Atreides did not take Talaxu Infiltrator. Interesting.
Yeah. No Infiltrator for this game, looks like.
I'm a bit surprised. When you got Talaxu Master, you're just getting intrigues off this.
Yeah, and he just put it on top too, right?
He could top it as well. I'm a little bit surprised there from Paul Atreides. Yep. I think I would have... I feel like he must have just missed it. Like, I feel like, why would you not take it? Your deck's really good for it with Talaxu Master. That's huge. Bit surprised there. Really surprised about that. Maybe he's thinking if he spends his specimens, he's going to struggle to get the second Talaxu point. Maybe. I think he'd probably take it a lot of the time, though. I guess the argument is he's only going to see it maybe once, maybe twice at most, so perhaps it's more valuable to hold on to the specimens. That way it's easier for him. He's not reliant on going the getting for the money. He can go down, up, down, for example, and his loose specimens will get him to the end point, so he doesn't have to spend the money. Man, the money goes to
Maybe.
High Council. Maybe I think that might be what's going on here. Again, trying to rely on all my pool tradies playing. I think if you're not going to take it, that's probably why.
That's such a hard call. I mean, it just it draws you a card.
It's so good, but it is also like coming to round 6. You're going to see it in round 6. Are you
True.
likely to see it in round 7? It's not. With Talaxu with TM's going to. I don't know. It's a tough one. I think a lot of people take it, but I can get why you wouldn't. So 100 Mauritani's up here. 100 Mauritani's got to decide, does he want to get stuck in? I think 100 Mauritani, should get stuck in. I think he feels like he probably should here. In they go, surely. Yeah, he feels he's got battle intrigues. He's not going to let Rhombovernius win this point. It's a bump. It's really important for him. I think he's got a lot of like tacticians and stuff like that. He's going to start chucking them out here. Sayadina not revealing for anything. A total blank. So far, Sayadina has seen one trip to Secrets, and that's it. That's all it's done. Really sad by. Really sad by. I think he's going to do well to get a point out of it. And his one sword.
You think he'll get a point out of it?
Yeah, and his one sword,
he might,
which he's not taken.
He has 6 cards in deck. Yeah, I mean, his deck's not that big, so no one's playing with giant decks.
But Hondro needs to take his sword. Give him his sword, someone. There we go. Okay, so here we go. So Paul's going to pass here. Here they come. So Tactician opening. Yep, no surprise. Yep. Does Romba have anything? And if he does he spend it? He's not. He doesn't have to. I think he might pass and be happy with second place, even if he's got like an ambush or something. I think he might not. He might be happy to pass it here. But he is in danger of the secret ceilings all over the place. He gets the Dreadnought backs, of course. 100 now sitting at 6. Oh, that will explain. Yeah, to the victor. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good incentive to win combat.
Yeah, no wonder Hondro got stuck in there. So I don't know if he just drew that or not. Actually, I'm not too sure. And Paul Atreides goes for the intrigue as well. So there are intrigues everywhere. We've got 13 intrigues between 4 players, and that is a lot. Wow, what a big round. Desert Power round 6. It's victory points. It's water. This is a huge round. This is a really big round. Rhombovernius feels like he probably has to win this to have any chance in this one. It's Ilban to go first, though. 3 out of 4 Talaxi points taken on the first run. A couple of players probably looking for 2. Yeah, it's been good stuff so far.
Yeah, it has.
So, shipping for Ilban. He's going to get off Scientific for the point as well. Nah, he's never doing
Question here is, where's he going? Is he going to try to get an alliance, or is he just going to get this friendship going?
Yeah. Now, I want to know what Rhombovernius is going to do. Rhombovernius knows he's going to get stolen from if he doesn't get his hands down.
Oh, wait.
The problem that Hondro's got, though, is him going to Secrets doesn't feel too great right now. He's got other stuff to do here, so...
Ashnavi.
I assume he's got stuff he can spend. Howdy, howdy, howdy. So... I don't know, I'm a little bit worried for Hondro. This feels like a really big moment in the game for Hondro here. If Hondro could somehow win this combat, I think that would also be huge. He does not have a battle point so far, and usually he needs something as Hondro. Hondro, it's hard to win without winning a conflict point or 2. Like, even Paul Atreides got the conflict point so far. Hondro has not. I feel like he's got to get one here. Now, does he go Mentat here? Is he going... No way. Is he going Mentat? Surely not.
I don't think so. I think he's going to go pick up Minimic.
Or is he going... Or is he thinking of getting flagship to head of Paul Atreides? He might be thinking of going flagship to head of Paul Atreides because it looks so obvious that Paul's going there.
Well, all these techs are great.
They're all very strong.
Yeah.
I don't know
he does really like intrigues, so maybe Chalmurky is the way to go.
I don't know how good Chalmurky's going to be in this. The other 2 look strong. I don't think Minimic plays into Hondro's plans, though. I don't feel like he's going down a Spiceless Flow by. I assume he's just taking flagship here. Yeah, getting ahead of Paul. Paul looks an obvious pick here, so he's just going to take the point. He had the Negotiator up there from earlier as well. It's not Spy Satellites.
Nope.
Romba very sad. Spaceport's not what he was looking for here. Bindu for Romba, so he gets to draw a card. He can pass, which should take account of the fact that he doesn't have his Swordmaster.
He won semis with flagship, so he's pretty familiar.
Well, if he's drawn, he's not passing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he hasn't taken an agent reveal turn yet, so I think he can still pass, actually.
Well, he drew with...
That's a good point. Yeah, he can still do it. It's the start of the turn, he's got to draw. The second
Yeah.
part, yeah, he's not yet taken an agent reveal turn, so I think he can do that.
Yeah, he can. You draw and then you decide whether you want to.
Very unusual to see
not.
Bindu and Holo Projects in the same person. That's very unusual. But I think that looks fine to me. So Paul Atreides knows his spice isn't going to flagship anymore. It's not going to tech. So where's his spice going? That's the next question.
Oh, that's actually interesting. Maybe he can't do that. Actually, I'm not sure he can.
Hold on a sec, kids. Before you carry on, hold on a sec.
Yeah, no, because it's the start of your turn ends. If you decide, you have to decide on this card at that time. You either pass your turn or you don't. So because he used holo projectors, he must take an agent action.
Where's Paul Denham when you need him? He's always around.
No, I'm 100% sure that that's true. If you either choose to pass or you don't. So he can't do that.
You don't think you can holo projector?
So Yiazmat must choose to play an agent.
We want to break the news to him?
Yeah, you want me to?
Yeah,
I can't talk to him.
You don't have push it.
Wait, maybe I do.
Hold on a second.
Let's see. What is my talk? I don't know what my talk button is.
C or T. You can go into the chat quickly.
Yeah, a second.
Yeah, that might be easier. We'll let him do that. Yeah, it's kind of a weird one. It's a very bizarre edge case, that. I mean...
Where are my...
I don't know. It's like, I've never encountered this before. Yeah, Bindu with holo projectors.
What is my setup?
It depends, yeah, whether the pass your turn has to be
Voice
done...
chat backslash, okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here's the thing.
Double talk. That's why I'm getting rid of that. So he's just chatting away. I can currently hear him in two voices. It's really annoying. But you guys can't, so don't worry about it. Okay, so he needs to put back whatever card it was that he just... So there we go, yeah. So
I have the voice.
He has all the voices, so... yeah, it's a very strange situation. I've never seen that. Hold on a second. Whoa, hold on. But he needs to put back the card he had. Because he took out his dagger with holo projector. Hold on a second here.
What? No, he didn't.
Does the dagger not what you holo projected out?
It's fine. No, he can holo project, but he must take an agent turn.
Oh, right, okay, yes, okay, yeah, okay, so I get what's going on. Sorry, guys. Yeah, carry on. Right, okay, so instead of passing with holo projectors, he's... Okay, he has to take an agent reveal turn, okay. It's a bit of a weird spot. Yeah, I've never seen Bindu and holo projectors in the same situation like that. I've never seen that, so... I was very, very confused. Yeah, so he's played Bindu, so he has to take an agent reveal turn.
No, it's not Bindu. He must choose to, at the moment after he draws, he must choose to either pass his turn instead of taking an agent reveal turn.
Yeah, but because he's
anything else,
he's committed now.
Yeah, if he did anything else, he did not pass his turn.
Yeah, he's committed himself. Okay, that's why he goes. Okay, we're all good. So Haga Basin, putting in his dreadnoughts makes sense. This is an imperative conflict that Romba needs to win. Paul Atreides just goes to smuggle to cash in, which is not ideal, but he doesn't. It's not a big deal for him. Still some half decent techs out there.
Absolutely. I mean, these techs are still good. Even like late game, port is fine. Like if you really need, need to get the extra cards.
There's the Emperor point for Paul. So now he has appropriate active, and it's probably in his hand. We haven't seen it for a bit. So you could definitely see a lot of appropriate Chow Murky, appropriate Mimic film, stuff like that. He takes the cash, hence appropriate.
So looking to load up with that. Yep, he's taking it for the appropriate.
Coming with that. He might even go High Council with it actually as well. High Council in Mimic and get it all in one swoop looks very strong.
High Council Mimic. He can High Council and take Chow Murky as well. Like I mean, that looks good.
There's a lot of good moves here for Paul. So and appropriate is almost certainly in his hand here. So this looks very, very good for him. We've not seen a ton of Mentat from Ilban. He's taken it a couple of times.
Romber speedrunning the research track is pretty funny. Yeah.
I mean, it's been a strange one. I mean, he was at 0 for ages, and he has kind of bombed it a bit. Yeah, double Gola experimentation and a breakthrough intrigue has been basically all he's done research-wise. It's come in like 2 agent moves, like 5 bumps. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. This is going to be a really telling round for Romber, though. He absolutely needs to win. Yeah, has to win this to have a shot because his whole game plan is combat.
Yeah. Here comes Steel Suits for Ilban, double water, which is just powering reset stations, and the light, which is powering his spices. Again, although he doesn't have the alliance, it's still a solid card. If you can just get this, and again, every time he's going to steel suits, Hondro Moritani is not going steel suits. Hondro is still sitting there with 5 intrigues, and secrets is just out there. Someone is going to go secrets here. Like, there are diplomacies out there. There's Truthsayer. Paul Atreides has got Benny's sister. Like, stuff is going to get stolen here, and Rombo has got to get his hand down if he has any way of doing so. It might be he can't. It could just be full of combats and endgames at this point. It's not.
Hello, Mr. Denon. Hello. He does not have spy satellites. He does not.
Rombo is desperately looking for spy satellites, but it has not appeared. He's got detonation.
He also has holoprojectors.
Yeah, detonation and holoproject. You didn't see that, kids. I've never seen that. That was weird. Why is that appearing
upside down?
Yeah, why is that appearing upside down?
Oh, when you hold Alt and you press Q or E, you can rotate them around. So I think you accidentally did that. You hold Alt and then you press Q.
But now detonation device is upside down.
Is it?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
I don't know what you did.
That's bizarre. Whatever. Okay.
You broke the game.
Yeah. If Rombovernius can find if Spy Satellites peels off this row, because Paul Atreides has got appropriate, like Rombovernius is in business, but he's desperate for Spy Satellites.
I mean, the big thing is like Paul pulling any tech off of the row could just potentially be a massive windfall for Romber.
Yeah.
And does he even want to do that?
I think Paul's got way about his own. The odds of Spy Satellites coming out is not huge. I don't think you can be scared of that.
Yeah, true.
Hondro off to Arakeen. He's drawing. Yes, exactly. For B Spice. You take a card, you hold it in the air, and you get a new card. That's how that works, I think. So Hondro Moritani's getting stuck in here. He probably has more combats. Yeah, and this is the problem. Rombovernius has everything he wants to do is all got conflict here. Like, he's got no safe points.
Oh my, this is a tough spot for Romber.
He's mentatting. He's mentatting 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he should mentat. Oh, if you mentat, you can wait to see Paul Atreides possibly peel a tech off for you.
Oh, he's going to do it, though.
He's going to do it himself and try and dig for spy satellites, I think is what's going on here. No,
he doesn't. Negotiator.
He doesn't go for anything. I would have even considered going Chow Murky. Take a gamble.
I think here Chalmurky makes a lot of sense, especially since you really want to hit some combat cards, and he really
Romba's going Highliner.
More the better. Yeah.
Romba's going Highliner. He hasn't got it.
Okay.
I think he's going Highliner. He hasn't got the bumps there yet. There's
no guarantee that Paul's not, right?
I don't think he is.
Okay.
Is the stream acting up?
Is it?
I have dropped
it looks good to me.
I have dropped 0 frames over the course of the stream so far. So
I might be acting up, but the stream is fine.
Yeah, no, I have dropped 0 frames, so it's nothing to do with me. I accept 0 responsibility. I mean, I don't think Paul Atreides is going Highliner, but I think Highliner.
Okay.
I think he's going secrets. I think he's going secrets. He's going after Hondro. There's some end game in there. I just feel like he's doing this a lot of the time, and I think he should do. It's a point. He gets an intrigue. Hondro's got some good stuff there. Like, Hondro must have some good stuff. It just feels like it. If it was not good stuff, like, he'd already used it. Unless he's sitting on like loads of secret forces and dispensation and stuff, in which case that's kind of unlucky, I guess.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean,
I don't hate. I think secrets is fine.
Secrets is fine. I mean, even like drawing with selective is fine if you have something you want to trash.
The problem is Paul's got to find points here. He's got a really good deck, but he is starting to fall behind points wise. If he's got appropriate, I think he has to go High Council and take Minimic. He's got to find Spice must flow some point in this game, and it's probably got to be this round. Well, as long as you're enjoying it, Costas, that's the main thing. It's doing it cards down. That's the weird part. But I think he goes secrets, and I think High Council's no, he's not. Secret Steal is amazing. Like, you go back to the old days of like base doing Imperium, Secret Steal, and as time's gone on, Secret Steal has just gone so out of fashion. Like,
his ring is gone. Paul has trashed his
Paul
ring.
has
Oh my.
trashed his signet ring.
He's no longer the heir.
You almost never see that. That is very curious. I mean, it is only a card draw, but wow. I think Paul Atreides is desperately looking for Spice's Flow. And wait, we haven't seen TM, have we? It must have
not.
No, it must have been that. I feel like it's twice he's gone selective breeding, I think, for specific moves.
That's interesting.
So Ilban's going to go for the steal himself. So finally someone does it. So Hundro loses a card. I want to dock him all the points, believe me, Mr. Dannon. I'm tempted to just disqualify him right now and just take the seat and say, I'll carry on from here.
That's right.
Hold my beer.
I mean, no. The whole point of keeping the ring alive was a very major part of the book. Yeah. So
I want to just say right now, there are worlds where Count Ilban has possibly just won this game. If he's pulled the right intrigue, there are worlds he's just won this game. There really are worlds he's just won this.
Everyone's gonna have to. I mean, he can't win any more combats. I mean, he can't win any combats actually.
No, but I don't think he's that worried about it. Emperor Alliance looks pretty solid to him. There's a point there. He's gonna get hold of the second Talaxi point, which is 9. If he just finds any Spice Must Flow next round, it's the end of game.
Yep.
No, I don't think Hundra has corner, but I think it's very likely Hundra Moritani has plans. I think it's exceptionally likely that he has or had plans.
Okay.
No, Sayadina has been basically nothing. Sayadina has gone to secrets once, and that's all Sayadina has done this game. Incredibly sad, Paul.
Yep.
Going to wealth, just stock it. Yeah, it just feels more and more. I feel like he must have it. Like again, Hundra Moritani at the start of this game, his first action was secrets. When he could have gone Hardy Warriors with double daggers for a victory point, he went secrets. That tells me he really wanted to know what that was. Because Hardy Warriors with double daggers, he would have just won the conflict, got a point, and called a day. Speaking of Hardy Warriors, Romba is
going to clearly don't have an infiltrate, otherwise a double steal could have been on the table here.
Romba has to bomb it here. No debate about that. He has to go for this. Has to commit himself. So, Paul Atreides, High Council, Minimic looks solid if you can get the Spice Must Flow. He's not drawing off TM though currently. He's not there yet. He could draw an extra card with the Intrigue Drash. I'd expect Paul Atreides to go like down, up, down is the expected route. Here comes Appropriate. Oh, he's got
with Stitch. Okay.
With Stitched as well. Yeah, Paul Atreides has got Stitched Horror and Talaxi Master. If you're only just tuning in, it's pretty wild. He got Talaxi Master off just a fresh atomics and just nailed it, as you do. Yeah, High Council. No surprises here. It's just what tech does he go for here. Chow Murky is not outrageous. And I don't hate Chow Murky, but I feel like he goes Minimic a lot here. Again, remember in mind, if appropriate, he can spend either spice or money for it.
Okay, so he's got an option. What's he doing?
I think he's going Chow Murky.
Chow Murky?
He is going Chow Murky. Right, okay. Paul Atreides thinks he's going to need it for tie breaks. Also, he's probably got an intrigue in hand that he can just spend. He might have, like, Sleep Must Awaken. He's going to spend something here. I can't see how he ever does this if he doesn't have an intrigue that he can spend immediately. Yeah, it's been a lot of intrigues. There's 16 intrigues out there, kids. There are 16 intrigues between 4 players. It's absolutely absurd. If Romba Vernius had urgent mission and infiltration of secrets, he would steal from everyone. There we are. So there was a guild bump for Paul Atreides. 100 does not like that, unless he has plans, in which case he's not too bothered. But yeah, this is looking pretty spicy. Do you want to throw up a second poll? See who people think are going into round 7 here? I'm curious to know where people are.
All right, let's do it.
Before round 7 kicks off here. I feel like things have tightened up a bit. From like early game, it looked very conclusive who was in the lead. Now I don't think it's quite as clear. Liaison for Ilban. Ilban's got a 14 card deck. It's a little chunky. Hundra at 12. Romba at 13. Paul Atreides at a nice cool 10. We're going to have ourselves one more poll. Who do you think's going to win this game? I think it's a lot closer than what it was when we started. Reminder, Ilban got Swordmaster round 2, High Council round 3. Paul got stitched on early reveal round 2, and then Atomics then found Talaxi Master the following round. Romba's got he's got double dreadnoughts and detonation, and Hundra was sitting on a lot of intrigues. Here you go, kids. Who do you think's going to win this? I think this will be a very interesting poll here. Very interesting poll. I think everyone's got a chance here.
Oh boy.
Hundro has not made an action yet.
I don't think any of the players are out, honestly.
I think everyone has chances, but some a bit more than others. Mental research station's open. I think the game only goes one more round, whatever happens. Oh my goodness, mate. Well, Gilded Bachelor's there. Hundro is on a fresh draw. Gurney Halleck's there. Dissecting Kit's there. Wow, there's a lot of good cards.
A little too late for that, though. Maybe Gurney.
Gurney could be very interesting for him. Gilded Bachelor might just be a straight point. If he takes that and pulls it immediately, he can just take the Alliance straight away. Yeah, it's the only thing that Ilban has. He's having to make the best of what he's got. That's why Elessar's kind of caught him up here. But he had a lot of early actions. The High Council doing some good work for him. So, and he did pick up Scientific Breakthrough for a point though.
I mean, we all knew Ilban is very strong in second position. He's kind of like the new Baron.
Not surprised to see Gildan Bastler. He has to take that and try and hope that he peels it immediately. And he'll probably send that to like Mentat or something. God, there's so many intrigues out there. It's absolutely insane. Rombovonius next to reveal. Dagger. Free Persuasion. Is Rombovonius going to continue fighting here? Rombo's at 8 strength. Hundro at...
Do you save it for next round?
Hundro at 8 strength. Rombo at 13. It's 2 points on the line for Rombovonius here. Takes Dissecting.
Huh. That's interesting.
There's TM. So I would expect to see down and probably up for Paul Atreides here. He is at the 6th spot here, so he gets an extra intrigue. Does go up here. What does he cycle out here? I guess he's trying to get something out of Carino Genes, I guess, but half his cells goes. Yeah, he definitely don't need that. That's a total blank for him. So many intrigues. 16 intrigues out there.
That's crazy. This is insane. Draws a card.
Yeah, draws the card, adds to his thing. That Spice Must Flow.
That is a big hit for Paul.
That's his Persuasion. He knew what his next card was, of course, so he knew he could do that. So Spice Must Flow. There's his loose Spice Must Flow. It's a huge result for Paul Atreides. He was desperately looking for that. We've burned through a lot of the deck, by the way. We've gone through about like a third of the intrigue deck at this point.
Wow, this is going to be insane. All of these intrigues are going to be played or revealed next round.
This could be one of the great final rounds.
Yep.
Bypass.
Oh.
Bypass. He's getting keys to power. I think he's taking keys to power here.
Keys to power.
I think he might
Why?
be going, I just think he's going for it. It's just such a nice card.
I don't think so. He's at 5 spice. I don't think you spend your spice here.
Okay, he just takes a liaison. I really thought he was going to go for it. Come on, Grand Vision.
Let's go, Grand Vision.
Come on, Grand Vision. Please.
Who is helped most by Grand Vision? Wouldn't it be Ilban?
Ilban, 100%. But please, Grand Vision. Please. Right. It's the only way this can ever end.
All right, we'll wait until the end of combat before we reveal the votes.
That's what the
so get your votes in.
Is it going to be Grand Vision? 100% say yes. So Hundred does
not
get involved here. We have intrigues everywhere. So 2 points from Mavernius. He's
all right.
He's clawed his way back in, but you feel like Romba's got to look at this. He's got nothing on Emperor, nothing on spacing, nothing on Bene Gesserit. Like
that was a massive turn for Romba.
This is not sustaining. Here we go. Come on.
Yep. It's Grand Vision, baby. Let's go. Okay, wow. Shadow did not put that there, just letting you guys know.
Cheers.
This was in my server.
I would normally make a ton of noise, but it's midnight here. So I'm going to restrain myself.
God.
But Get in there, the Grand Vision. I cannot believe that. It's the only way this tournament could have. This is now officially the Grand Vision Memorial Tournament. It's the only way. I cannot believe that peeled off. That's so great. This is a
Can
huge.
the game even end this round? It totally can, right?
No, this game's ending this round. I think Ilban. This is a huge pull for Ilban, but the problem is that he continues at the Emperor point. It's not safe anymore. Like Ilban's plan for ending this game was to take the Emperor Alliance, but I think the players are going to be forced to go for it here. This also is not bad. It's not the worst for Romba, but this is an absolute joker though. I think this is best for Ilban out of anyone though. I think Romba. I don't really need to try and. But the problem is I don't see how Romba wins this. You got Romba sitting on high line. I think he was desperately looking for double points here, but it's not. You got Hundra's got flagships. I mean, possible. I think there could be a bit of chat here going on. It's not impossible. I don't think it'd be so much that. I think there could be a lot of like people trying to ascertain because the game set has just changed all of a sudden, and people are trying to ascertain what to do here. I do think I think part of Ilban's plan was taking this Emperor Alliance at 4 and just assuming he's good, but now it's not good. Now he might need to bump it further.
I think this is really good for Romba if he wins this combat.
Romba's also solid, but like he can get a couple of points. But I think it's still hard to see how he wins this. I think he only gets to 2 points here. I think the game goes another round. Like,
I mean, there's a chance he gets he's got water, so there's a chance he gets somehow Highliner and Research Station.
I mean,
is that possible?
He's not getting to both. With Rondra with 2 water and Ilban with 2 water, I don't see how that ever happens.
But I mean, first of all, Mortani has to choose right now whether they're going to go to Research Station or not, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, if he doesn't go there, then he 100% can because no one else has any spice.
Right.
To go to.
Yeah. He's going to go ahead here. Now he may have, of course, Guild Ambassador in hand. He might not have Guild Ambassador in hand. We'll see.
Highliner plus Demand Respect, maybe. Yep.
There are worlds, but I would say that this is now very murky. Who won the poll, by the way? Ilban.
The winner was Ilban. Ilban was
closer than it was at the start, though. Romba Verni is
closing in.
Romba Verni is just Mentats. Bear in mind, Romba does not have his Sword Master at the moment. I don't know. Romba's got to find 3 points. Interesting how he's going to do that.
It's totally within reason that he could. I mean, I'd say right now I'm most worried about Paul sitting at 5 spice and not 6.
I would suggest Romba Verni's is not going for spice or slow. He's getting rid of his convincing argument.
Yeah, I think he's gearing up, isn't he?
He is gearing up for an expedition because at the moment, well, I mean, it's dangerous though. There are worlds like Poor Trades could have intrigues to steal the Highliner away. But it looks like Romba Verni's is just going to send it in and close his eyes.
Great point, Forge Master. He did not pay for his ring. So it's very likely that he has... needs the spice for
that's good. That's a good point. Yeah, you'd think normally you'd probably just pay, hoping no one else goes shipping. I think it's very possible he has Guild Ambassador in hand, but Hundro's scrapping for points here. Again, very hard for Hundro to get to 10 here. Even if he takes Fremen and he takes the Guild Ambassador points, only 9.
I mean, I think everyone is. This is going to be really close, guys. I don't know.
I can't believe.
Well, I don't know.
I can't believe this grand.
It's a great game. Great finals. Thank you all for being here.
I can't believe it was Grand Vision. Oh my god,
and of course it is, right? It has to be Grand Vision.
This must be what it's like to see your newborn walk for the first time. It must be the same.
Well, having been there, I can say this is better.
Oh god. Ilban got position 2 because Yiazmat decided to take Romba, and Poor Trades was taken by Elessar in position 1, knowing that Ilban would get position 2. The truth is, I don't know, but Ilban's in position 2. He got round 2 Swordmaster and round 3 High Council. Because Paul couldn't even block shipping. He didn't draw any shipping blocking access. So it's been wild. Right.
I think they all agreed that nobody would beat Ilban unless he was position 2.
Right. Okay.
just to make it extra hard.
Not make it extra hard. Right. Okay. Admittedly, I'm not privy to these conversations, so. Yeah, you can tell by the way how the pace of play has just gone. It's slowed to a halt here because people are like trying to work out what the hell to do.
Okay, this is interesting. Is he giving? He looks like
Whoa.
he's going to be giving up Chance at Highliner completely.
Benny's sister to
Wait,
High
what?
Council for wind traps. He's got machine culture.
No.
He
No,
must.
no.
He must
I
have
think he's got Infiltrator, right? He's got
No.
Infiltrator, so he's looking at hitting research station.
I mean, maybe that's the only thing I can think of, but he could have machine culture as well, and like he's getting
That's
hold
true.
of, he's going Minimic, or he's getting the cheap text together for an endgame point. It's also possible.
Right,
Ilbon
Ilbon
surely
rings.
has to research station here and does. That's obligatory. It's all 3 cards. He's at the end of the research track. This is absolutely ridiculous. The state of this.
Crazy.
So 2 actions for everyone. Urgent missions could be out there though. I mean, we've gone through like a third of the deck.
Refocus.
So gets a random new card.
Okay.
He's trying to give.
He's looking to
Robert
help
Vernius.
out Romber.
I tell you what, we're at the point now. If Spy Satellite's actually peeled off of Romber Vernius, like he might come favorite. We're actually we're actually at that distance. Hundro finally gets a Steel Suits point, so he's at 9.
Uh-oh.
He's at 9, and all of a sudden, late surge. He had to wait forever to get a point out of Sayadina, but he's finally got it.
Uh-oh.
What is going to happen here?
Interesting.
Are we going to get to a position where Romber Vernius is like demand respect or something and highlights and has to take all the bumps with the Spacing Guild?
I think yes.
Show him shares. Yeah, I did
happen.
know. So 100 more trying to get. I did think early on. I thought he had show him shares. I mentioned that. But he also has potential for flagship potentially. But I think that's very likely here. That's an interesting move in Pure Basin. I think Romber Vernius.
Plans within plans is gone. There's no plans within plans in this game, guys.
Plans. Oh my god. I thought for sure Romber probably had that as well.
That's funny.
Has Romber Vernius legitimately got demand respect? That'd be so insane. Wow, it's not where I thought that card would be. Unbelievable.
Infiltrating to the research station.
Yep, so he's going to draw 4 cards, I think it works out as, and an intrigue.
1, 2, 3.
He gets
4,
double.
Yeah, 4 cards.
4 cards. He's going to get
cards.
an intrigue. Oh my god.
4 cards intrigue point. Pretty good. Is it good enough?
If Hundra Moritani wins this game, it's like so out of left field.
Oh, he's gonna go up. Is he gonna go up?
I mean,
he's gonna go down, right?
If he bumps up, he's got the point in hand. If he bumps up, he must have the intrigue in hand. Whatever it's called.
We'll see. He's going down.
He's going
so
down.
Point for Paul.
So he didn't have it. Otherwise, you could definitely look to bump up there.
And 2 more cards.
I hope he's drawn enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
8,
he
9.
has. He has.
Yeah, looks correct. And an intrigue. I don't know if he's taken that.
He has not.
Illicit dealings. That's the one. Thank you. But yeah, it didn't look like he had it. Yeah, it's a very, very complicated round. Yeah, it's mandatory. It's not optional, so we have to say, because that is very missable. There's so much going on here at the moment. Very missable. If it was optional, we would say nothing, but it is mandatory, so he has to take it. Gosh. Well, I think Paul Atreides will be very... If he doesn't end up winning this game, I think he'll be disappointed, especially after getting hold of a couple of cards he has done, but who knows?
Could he
do
it before research?
If Paul Atreides has got corner, that'd be a point.
I don't know how that works, actually. There's not really a stack. There's a pool of effects.
Yeah, I mean,
all go into the pool.
It doesn't fizzle. It's a separate thing. So I know what you mean, but
he couldn't do it. He
it's
couldn't do it prior, right?
yeah.
It's not a thing he could choose
yeah.
to do.
I mean, I guess you, but why would you do that? It's mandatory.
Yeah.
It's mandatory.
Maybe Paul can.
I think
speak to that later
I think
on.
there's a point where common sense has to take over. So, but it's like even if he does the infiltrate, it's not like they're two separate effects. You can chop and change. You don't have to do one and the other. It's not an arrow. It's not atomic. So they're two separate effects, as far as I'm concerned. Fight me. All right, here we go then. So research in. Ilban's got dispatch.
That's a card.
Ilban's got dispatch. He's off to get hold of his Emperor point.
8 points for Ilban. 7 for Paul, 7 for Rama, 9 for Moritani.
But it's not card draw plus intrigue. It's an and.
It's not card draw plus intrigue.
I think the and means they're separate. It doesn't matter. We're here now. If we're incredibly wrong, then whatever, I guess. But it means everyone's been doing it wrong for like a year. Hundro, a sad trip to Arakeen. It feels like. It feels like he's got nothing better to do.
Yeah, the
feel
thing,
great.
as far as I know, Jinx, is that you can't choose to have it fizzle. Is the thing. It just becomes active.
It feels like an ambassador hunt, this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or he's got nothing better to do. But even if you had that, wouldn't you just go Carfag? Are you that worried about secret stealing now? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like it's an ambassador hunt.
I don't think Secrets gets anybody anything at this point, given where they are in the tracks. And I don't think targeting Paul is the best way to do that.
We're going to find out. Yeah, we're going to find out now if Hundro Moritani has flagships or if he's got Choam shares. It looks like he's got Choam shares if he doesn't pay. In fact, it's almost certainly. Yeah, I think that's Choam shares confirmed. Because you just chuck flagships in here. Looks
Choam
like
shares and Guild Ambassador.
Well, we don't know he's got Guild Ambassador. That's not so sure. I think it's likely, but he's got a big deck. I think he'd be somewhat fortunate. Okay, glimpse the path. Taking a draw here. Romba has to win this fight. It's absolutely mandatory he wins this. And I would argue, yeah, he has to go in here. I don't know. I think he's got a huge deck. He's not likely to have found it.
Yeah.
We'll see. But then,
Ooh.
Gola Signet.
Oh.
Invasion ships. Invasion ships is coming here. Invasion ships, look, it's coming here.
You can buy 2. So he's fishing.
He does have. Oh my god! If Spy Satellites comes out now, no way.
Pulls, yeah,
no way.
If he hits Spy Satellites off the top here,
it's like
it's a big game.
No,
it's
not.
Sports.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Everyone was like, no.
That would be insane. No,
oh my god!
Could you imagine if that appeared? That would have been the most insane thing you ever see. Does he go spaceports? I don't know what his persuasion situation is right now. I don't think it's great.
What a game that would have been.
That would have been like the most lunatic thing you ever saw. But it was there. It was like a 1 in 10.
Yep.
So it just takes the negotiator. Robert Vernis is hoping that somehow this game goes another round, I feel. Otherwise, wouldn't you just... Maybe we might just be taking spies for tie breaks, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to go another round.
Yeah. He was looking.
Yep.
So last action, quite possibly of the game for Paul Atreides here.
This feels like you have to let Red steal the alliance sort of thing in order to keep the game possibly going.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a really awkward spot.
People don't like doing that. I mean, but Grand Vision's the one time that can kind of happen.
Why does he have 2 negotiators there?
I don't think he didn't spend it for the tech. He didn't spend it for the tech. He spent 5 spies. I was watching that. He spent 5 spies for the invasion. He did not spend the negotiator. I do not know why he didn't spend the negotiator, but he didn't. So I was watching that. Don't worry.
Okay.
Paul Atreides. Ooh, this is sad.
Mattia can definitely end.
This is sad. This feels like a really wretched move if he's having to do this. I think he's desperate for his next card. I think his next card might be Talaxu Master.
Oh.
I think his next card's Talaxu Master. He might also have like reinforcements as well and something. But I feel like he's doing this for the card draw. He's also got bribery, so that's his Fremen point. He needed the cash as well.
8.
But I feel like he might have been TM might have been after. I guess we'll see. This is possibly the final round, the final action of this competition here, going to Count Ilban, who must be desperately worried about the situation. Matty has come from nowhere here. Things we don't know. Like, Ilban might have 1 point, he might have 2. I have no idea. But Choam Shares looks pretty much almost has to be here, right? And if it is, I don't see how Ron Bavonius is losing his alliance here, or either alliance.
I think Ilban is.
Ilban's digging. Ilban's I think is just drawing. It's 4 cards for him, is what this is. I don't know what Ilban's got in hand. It's hard to know at this point. Corner would obviously be huge. I think he has to keep hold of Spiceless Flow to stop people scoring corner. Even if he doesn't have it, I think you should trash something else. You do not want Pull Atreides. If you don't have corner, I think you still hold this. But I think
any
it's
card
also
in play probably. It's probably the last
get
round.
Get rid of the experimentation. I think that's totally makes sense. But I would definitely at this point, I would not trash this. You want to hold that to stop people scoring. Why give Paul Atreides an extra point?
Yep.
So here we go. It's reveals round 7. Toaster's having a good shift of his intrigues. We've had a lot of intrigues this game. I don't know what's about to happen. This is going to be very fascinating. Is there urgent mission out there? Has someone sleeping on urgent mission? It could definitely also be possible. Surely Hunter's got Choam Shares. If he didn't flagship, he must have Choam Shares. It's the only thing that makes any logical sense here. But Ilban's got a load of cash now as well.
Urgent mission.
Hundro had the urgent missions. It was out there. It felt like there was an extra action out there.
Okay.
So, is Hundro firing off flagship now? Maybe. There's not a lot of great spots here to go with this. Carthag,
yeah.
Carthag now actions are exhausted, I guess. It's a bit of a dig, this. Feels like Hundro didn't have a great hand and he's had to kind of make the best of the situation. It comes down to, did he have Choam Shares and does he have Guild Ambassador? Choam Shares must be. He's not spent his money yet. Otherwise, you just flagship. Looks like it. So we're off to reveals. Surely this is it. I don't see how this game continues on here. Romba with 4 to buy, 1 specimen, 1 dagger. Remember, Ilban's going to get out of his Talaxu point as well. Yeah, he didn't go Arakeens. Good point. He didn't redraw Arakeens, so it looks like he if he has them both, he's might well just straight win this. Spice for Pull Atreides. Spice must flow for Pull Atreides. No, Talaxu Master didn't find it, but not a big deal. He's still got his Spice must flow, so either's good. The TM only would have been helping him get the Spice must flow, but he had enough card draw anyways. Ilban with Spice must flow. No Spice from Steel Suits though.
Jeez.
He's got his specimen for his Talaxu point, so he's at 10. He's got a dagger for the combat. There's still intrigues all over the place here. Someone's got corner. Yep. Plans got
Who has corner?
Has anyone got potential grand conspiracy? Ilban could have grand conspiracy for a oh no. I don't think anyone can score grand conspiracy right now. He couldn't play Stitch Horror, but Stitch Horror wasn't doing a lot. He was already at the end of the track. He would have got a troop and a water out of it, so it wasn't a big deal.
Ilban should be at 13 for the combat? How does he get to 13 is my question.
No, he does have a dagger. Yeah, 4+4+, 4+8
13
plus
for
1.
the...
Yeah, he should have an extra dagger. There
Yeah.
is Guild Ambassador, so he did have it in hand. There's the Show 'em shares, as we noted. So he's at 11. Hanjo's got a kind of bizarre looking sort of score
we get that
system
right?
here.
3, 4, yeah, because the +1.
Yep, it's +1. Is that going to get Hanjo over the line here? And here we go. Intrigues.
3, 400.
This is going to be it. End games could still be a thing. If Ilban Ilban's got core in the market, he probably still wins. Paul Shady's had War Chest. Couldn't get any points out of it though. It's reasonable.
Maybe that'll get him some
There's
bonus
a lot
spice,
to happen
intrigue.
here. Long way to go.
Okay.
Ilban's
on Ilban.
Ilban's got ambush, so he's going to force a tie. Ilban has to get the spice. If Ilban gets corner and gets a tie, he wins the game because he's going to win on tie break here. Nothing for Hanjo. Romba, I think, is passing. Alan Armada was out there, and suddenly Ilban races into the lead of this combat, and the Bene Gesserit Alliance is in mortal danger. No way! Is he going to win it off? He's going to win it off a Benny still. It's it. It's over.
It.
This one is over.
Oh,
it looks like that's it. This is
gosh.
over. Unless there are intrigues to had, though. It's not over, but I think this could be it.
I actually think...
Benny Steele, puppet for Romba, but it's no good to him. And I think that could be it.
Let's see.
I think we're on endgames. Private Army. So he's sitting on a ton of combat strength. Corner was in Paul's hand.
There's Corner of the Market.
He gets 1 point.
No, he gets... Oh, he gets 1 point.
Gets
Yeah, you're right.
Tiebreaker for Ilban. And that's it. It is all over. Toaster is
your Imperium Cup
He's your new champion. Wow. What a dramatic finish. Wow. Taking the steal there for the combat out of absolutely nowhere. Oh my holy goodness.
Holy mackerel. Okay.
Should probably...
Wow. Let's go and chat with everyone. Thank you all. Oh my gosh, what an end. Let's go say hi to the winners, the winner, and the runners up. Hello everyone. Congratulations, Toaster.
Thank you.
So, I want to ask by far the most important and pertinent question that needs to be raised here. Who laughed when Grand Vision came up?
Yeah. Well, Elessar was like, "We hear Black Shadow."
You didn't hear me. It was half past midnight it happened, so I was silent, but I was amused. We'll say.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was amused. Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, obviously, congrats, Toast. A pretty dramatic way to finish this as well. Stealing it to death. Did you steal Alan Armada off Hanjo?
I did.
You did steal it.
Yeah.
I had a funny thing. I knew Hanjo was sitting on some really good stuff, and I was like, it was either that or maybe an end game. I was wondering there. Wow, what a crazy ending. Huge.
Wow.
Blood, did you have that conflict intrigue or did you draw it?
I drew it.
He just drew it.
From second place.
Yeah,
I didn't get the spice.
Yeah, pretty insane stuff. Yeah, this was obviously an all over the place game. I mean, obviously Ilban in position 2 is unexpected, and Swordmaster in Grant, and then High Council round 3. Like, you look pretty set, but you were struggling with kind of a bit of a dodgy deck. Truthfully, it was nothing too stand out in it.
Definitely, yeah. I had some chunks hands, but that was okay.
Yeah, especially once, like, obviously Paul had, Stitched and TM as well later on, looked really juicy, and obviously he had a huge catch up here as well. We're wondering, obviously, there was end games around if you maybe had corner. I mean, Romba having plans. I thought for a long time Romba had plans, that Moritani had plans, and then Romba just ditched. I was like, oh my goodness me, that looked pretty brutal. But
yeah, I had plans and this.
So the question is,
one away. Oh my god, that's so hard.
No, but I didn't have High Council. So
you didn't have it.
Oh, that's true, you didn't. Yeah.
So I gotta ask Handra, what were those 2 opening intrigues?
Yeah. 7 Solari for a point and urgent mission.
An urgent mission.
Yep.
No wonder you went back
best-
there. I
some of
the
the
moment you went
best
to it,
too.
it was like they must have been both really, really good, and that's why you went back there because you could have barreled the
Yep.
conflicts and taken the points. So it made a lot of sense. Unlucky though, I suppose as well. Like we know, obviously you've got an amazing record in Iximo, and like it looked for a long time you were going to
Yeah.
come from it as well, and get the
So
the-
annoying. Yeah, finally just won the conflict. I mean, oh, I'm so
Yeah.
upset.
I know, Ron, but what you doing, Yiazmat? Come on, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm
I
not
was-
blaming him, but I'm I so expected him to win. That's why I didn't bother defending any alliances because I was safe from
Yeah.
Yeah.
man.
I think
Yeah.
that's actually pretty fitting as well. Like we've talked a lot about Iximo and how I think a lot of this tournament has been very fitting, and I think it's very fitting at Iximo how we've always said 4 persuasion, no alliance is ever safe at 4, and I guess this is
Absolutely.
the way. It's pretty unlucky how it went down though.
I wanted to play like these two together to make them discard, but then I was like try to dig for spy satellites with the
Yeah, we were all on pins and needles waiting for that to flip. Where was it exactly?
Yeah, it was somewhere
Yeah.
or other. But yeah, like
Oh.
obviously looked great for green as well for you, Elessar, as well. Like again, like your deck was like
Nice.
it
Not even close.
accelerated super quick as well. I mean, atomic seeing and finding TMs
TM.
good.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
I tried to talk him into giving me TM, but he didn't want it.
Yeah,
Right.
For me, it felt pretty awkward. I don't like playing Rumble without Swordmaster, but it just happened to
Well, I mean,
be
you
that way.
took him. I mean, there was a lot of other reasonable choices.
Yeah.
But I say that like
Yeah.
obviously.
I always play him, so it's fine.
I know you do play a lot of Rumbavernia.
Look, it's the last one.
There
It's
you
like
go.
the
Another.
last one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were saying about it, like he's digging for it. He's digging. Maybe poor Trades gives you a hand of appropriate once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
But never quite to be. But yeah, no, this is definitely a super heck of a watch here. There was a lot of different moments, but I felt like Paul Atreides, I felt like was going for flagships a lot, which might have been why Hunter kind of obviously got in front because he could have done other stuff with the spies. So obviously that made a ton of
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, Paul didn't have access to that hand, so he couldn't
Yeah, he
highlight.
didn't. Yeah.
I didn't want to allow to get him to get flagship with appropriate for free exchange.
Definitely. If you are there, I'll say any words. I haven't heard you.
No, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
This was
Sorry.
a fun one. Yeah, really well done, Toaster. And yeah, excited to see the tense final finish.
Did you?
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, I almost trashed a corner. Or not a corner, Spiceman's
Yeah,
Flow,
I
which
was
that
saying
would have
about
been
that.
bad.
Yeah, you just giving a point. That would have.
Actually, would have given him the
That
game.
would have won Paul Atreides the game. But I was saying, yeah, you've got to hold on to it just to deny people points. That would have.
Would it have?
Yeah,
He
100%
has
Yeah.
Chamurky.
tiebreaker.
He's got Chamurky and tiebreaker.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If you'd have
It
trashed
right
that,
there.
you'd have thrown away the game.
Yeah, that would suck.
That's how close this stuff is. But yeah, like as well, like seeing Paul in the finals, obviously really good. And I imagine once you got like stitched and TM and stuff around, like you must have felt like you had like real good chances in this one.
Yeah, I felt like things were going pretty well. There's only one mistake I made that I like specifically know about, which is when I forgot to buy the infiltrator.
We
You
were
figured you
mentioning-
must have
yeah.
forgot, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I thought
you
about it
topped
like a
it,
split
yeah.
second after I passed, and was like, that was my shipping access next round. And I felt like in this setting, I couldn't ask to do it after I passed.
Yeah. When it's this close as well, yeah, it's very possible that was the case as well. It was also strange because there's very little faction access, like all game. Like I
Yeah,
think like
it was weird.
5 rounds in, it was like 3 friendship points in total, and obviously like Romba obviously was probably changing the stats for a little bit, but yeah, there was not a lot of faction fighting, which is quite unusual for this game. But I guess no Baron, no Tesia, all of those sort of stuff out there. So, and there wasn't a ton of faction access out and on the road, truthfully. So, I guess that probably had a lot to it. And some of the factions like Truthsayer went to like detonation and all sorts of kind of weird stuff. Saiyadina kind of got cut off for a lot. Saiyadina like felt really sad for a lot of the game. Finally got a point out of it, but it was always gonna be tough, I guess, with like still suits to your right.
Yeah.
I was satisfied with her giving me 1 point.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
you
it's-
take
that's
you
what
take
you
that
want.
sort of-
One's good.
Right?
One's
Yeah.
good. One's
absolutely.
good enough. I think you were gonna
6 water's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, especially. And there was not a ton of water in this game. It was a little bit, but it wasn't a lot. So, but yeah, I think,
Yeah, I didn't have. I don't know. I had urgent mission from the start of the game, but I never saw some very good opportunity to use it. There might have been. I mean, now for my last action, it was pretty.
yeah,
awful.
it's a tough. I mean,
But-
knowing you've got how urgent the whole way. I mean, there's definitely a temptation to use it somewhere or another.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think back briefly. I don't see any particular obvious.
Every round I was considering it, but
Yeah, I don't see anything
um,
like an obvious like yeah you should have just used it like that. But yeah, to hold on to that long, especially when like you had a lot of intrigues at some point, you just feel I just use it and protect my hand sort of thing.
I could have went for this conflict with urgent mission
Mm.
because blue was 5 swords in front of me, and I could have went to Kartag, deployed one more troop, and played private
Yeah, that's
enemy
about the only
with
thing I
me.
can think of.
But that's like banking on him not having any swords, which I thought he didn't have because
Yeah.
I won the conflict before by being very very little in front of him. So,
Yeah, I think it seems reasonable.
but it was risky. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
mean,
So
as long as you guys have enjoyed the competition and enjoyed the fun of being live on stream.
Oh yeah. Thank you for commentating. I'm excited to watch this back. I have some friends actually who are big into your channel, and I know they're watching now. Shout
Yeah,
out.
you had your
to-
cheerleaders were in chat. Don't worry about that.
Oh, they were?
Those
Yeah,
friends,
Charlie was there.
All right,
sorts.
Charlie, Sanjay, and Evan. Thanks.
Yeah,
And also, shout out Mr. Beast. Please invite me to your next tournament.
I have no
Well,
authority, but
Okay, great.
I'll say provisionally. I'll see what I can do. But
Okay,
I have
all
no
right, great.
authority on the matter. Anyways,
Yeah,
But yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you, Black Shadow, for all the work you put into organizing this.
yeah, no worries. I expect to see you all in the Stoneburner Open, of course.
Of course, yeah.
We've done our plugs for it. I'm probably not going to throw it too much anymore.
I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think as I say, I think this has been overall, like as far as Iximo is concerned, I think a pretty good way to. If this is the last Iximo we do on the channel for a while, I think this has been a pretty good way to send it off, and hopefully you guys agree.
The fantastic
Yeah,
tournament.
it was awesome.
All right then, so yeah, congratulations, Toaster. We'll get you all sorted out. If you want to get your details over to Mr. CJ, if you haven't already done so, we'll get your winnings allotted for you guys as well. And we might need an address for you as well, Toaster, so we can get your copy of the Beast Spoils over to you as well.
Of course.
All right, congratulations, man. Well done, everyone. Well done for making the finals.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Just get back into this one. There we go.
That is gonna do it for us, I believe. Did you have anything else to add before we head off for today?
Well, I mean, obviously, our plug again that we do, of course, have our Uprising competition, which we obviously want to get as many folks involved in. Any tier on the Patreon, obviously, will get you access to that, and our future content as well onto that, as well as other bits and pieces of doing as well, channel wise. But yeah, definitely, this is a really fun game. I think it's really good. I think a classic way to end it. And again, yeah, just as far as Iximo is concerned, like I don't know sitting here content wise what we'll have for it. Obviously, the next tournament's going to be Uprising. We probably will still do some Iximo stuff dotted about here and there. But yeah, it feels a kind of a bit like a bit of an end of an era in a way. This stream.
Bit. I mean, the game's not that old. It's really it's only 4 years old.
Well, the game's only 4 years old, admittedly. But I mean, you think like, obviously, like my first interaction in assets was obviously giving a hand with the commentary, and that was back in obviously in the Rise of Ix days. And again, we talked about that how things have obviously changed and grown since then. Then Immortality came in and got introduced into the meta basically immediately. And yeah, it's there's a little bit of kind of. I don't want to say sadness as such, but it's fascinating sitting here knowing that this might well be the last Iximo game that I commentate for quite a while. It's a very strange feeling as a creator, but I think if we had to pick a game to end on, I think this is a great one to bring it to end.
Absolutely, it was extremely close. It felt very back and forth, even though everyone knew Ilban is great second position, so I guess we shouldn't be too surprised about that.
Yeah, it was like Ilban P2, like how did he not win? Roffle.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it was still close the whole way, and it could have broken Elessar's way. It could. I mean,
yeah, exactly. He trashes Spiceman's flow like Elessar is your Imperium Cup champion. That's how it came down to like literally the last trash of the game could still have determined who was going to win this. Pretty insane. That's why I was saying don't trash it, because if Paul Atreides has cornered the market, you just give him a point, and that's exactly what would have happened. So, and I can't see the cards. I can see the same thing you guys can see on stream. So I'm not going to say that I'm an oracle, but I just want to point out that things can still go weird. I think the things that I'll say, like I think definitely Toast and Elessar got off to an early start. I think Matty did an amazing job to come back from kind of nowhere. He managed to generate a lot of points from obviously none, normal ways, Chome shares, Ambassador, which he was. I'll be honest, he was kind of fortunate to find Ambassador again. It was a completely open draw. He was a bit lucky to pull it. But he did. I mean, to pull Sayadina and Ambassador off a clean draw and Boundless to get his other faction point was very, very fortunate. And it gave him half a chance to make a steal of this, but still played really well. And I think for Matthew as well, I think he really did want to win this. Like, we know he's incredibly accomplished in Iximo. He's been one of the best players of Iximo, like, for ages, basically. And I don't want to go far and say this is just his tournament to win. I think to get to the end and not claim it, I think would be a little disappointing. Yeah. Third place it would have to be, but still an incredible run by him and everyone to make it here. I suppose
top tier play, everybody. Yep.
I suppose the speculation will be, of course, Rumblevonius being chosen fourth position, which was a brave move. We've seen some brave moves in fourth position picks. I think that was maybe a little bit too much, but alas,
maybe.
I think, and again, the thing is, we've seen a few times in the tournament, you go Rumble, you go heavy combat, but I don't think you should do it at the cost of your Swordmaster, because that action economy is so important later on. You just don't have enough actions to get in your forces and win these endgame conflicts. I mean, you think Ilban won like round 7 with only 16 strength. It's not that much. And he won it with 2 troops and 2 intrigues, basically, which is completely insane when you think about it. So, yeah, I think a Conspire was definitely all you were looking to, I guess. And when you pulled, like, you never found Gola with... like Carino genes, I guess. I totally get it, but yeah, it felt like it was always awkward there. And you'd like, obviously when you go so early for the Dreadnoughts, you're committing yourself heavily. So,
well, there was a couple of things that anyway, there were so many intrigues flying around that it's just as likely that those intrigues, the combat intrigues, fell into Romber's hands. Honestly, I mean, it was like very unlucky that Romber ended up with just 2 intrigues that weren't combat. They had 1 combat intrigue, I think, but the large majority of those in hand were kind of like duds a bit, which is sad. But that's just how it works sometimes, and you can't always plan for everything in this game, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's been it's been wild, but again, I think it was a super game. Definitely, like if Romavonius does happen to stumble upon Spy Satellites, it's a different story, and it's a completely different outlook for the round. But again, never quite got there, but it was always going to be tough. I think especially when Ilban's there, it's like, it is what it is. But yeah, I suppose also, I guess it's fitting that Ilban wins the final Iximo tournament. I guess as well, there's a degree of fittingness to that. But yeah, it's been a super tournament. It's been great to put this together and to organize this all. Even if there was a bit of work and there was some scheduling delays for the quarters, which led on to the semis because of the North Carolina tournament, which obviously I couldn't tell anyone about, so that it was going to happen. So there was only so much I could do to help mitigate that, obviously. But yeah, it's been really good to hope these. Hopefully, the Uprising competitions go decently well as well. Obviously, support and the organisation again with the changes we're making, tweaking it up just to modify things a little bit, but hopefully it'll be good. And yeah, it'll be fascinating to do some Uprising commentary in not long, truth be told, in like a week or so. Not very much.
Not much time at all. I mean, that will be coming up very soon. So get your entries in if you do want to participate. The link is below in the description of this video.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
The how to get in. Yeah, or you can watch our announcement video. All that information is there as well, with step-by-step guide in the description of how to join. So we hope to all see you there.
Definitely so. And it is always with the competitions, the more folks we get into these, the more that I can do with them, and in a way, the easier they are to manage. If I only got 30 people, it's become a bit weird, but if I've got like 100, 150, 200 people more than that, there's so many things I can do with these tournaments, and it makes it better experiences overall. That's kind of what I've discovered over like a year or so of doing this. So, it'd be great to have some of you guys there. With that, it is gone past 1 a.m. over here. It's like past 2 a.m. in Europe. It's probably time to end the stream.
All right. Well, I will say good night to you, sir.
Yeah, all right,
Have
then.
a wonderful evening. And good night to all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for everything, for your support, for your thumbs ups, for anything. And we'll see you soon. More to come.
Yeah. Have a good evening, everyone. We'll see you soon.